Hey y'all, it is Lucca and welcome back to the channel. Today we are back once again building another base game family home in The Sims 4. Go ahead and grab yourself a snack, a blanket, open up your Sims game, and let's just build along together. Or, cozy up, get ready for bed, as many of you do, apparently. I've been wanting to build another kind of realistic family home, specifically here in Foundry Cove. I have built here many times before. Foundry Cove might be my favorite place to build in The Sims 4, but also my most built in The Sims 4. Let's be perfectly honest with you. But today I actually did want to pull from a mood board that I created. This was actually created, I believe, in a members only video. So if you want to go check that out or become a member, all that good stuff, you can. But, long story short, I have this, grouping of images here, and this one really caught my eye. I love this shape, this style. It's just that perfect vibe. Let's just get started, shall we? I will have all my references on my second screen here, so I'm going to be glancing, all over the place as always, but let's just start with getting the floor plan done. So I'm just going to start like right here. There is going to be the front door right here. And then as you can see in the image, there is actually like two little bay window areas on both sides of the house. And from there, it's pretty simple. We have like this kind of layout for a hallway right here. This will also be where the stairs are going to go. We're going to just do these for now. I think I'm going to put it right here. Yeah. And then there is going to be like a teeny little closet here because I just wanted to fill in that little gap. If you don't know, I tend to kind of sketch these out. At least that's how I refer to it. I sketch these out like by myself, and then I will come back and, properly build it, mainly because these builds can be a little bit complicated to kind of come up with on the spot. And I have a hard time doing that. So, but there's like a little hallway kind of closet-y thing here. And then there's going to be a bathroom, like a little powder room there, or half bath, if you will. And then another little room. I think I'm going to do it like this. This will be like maybe a utility room, maybe a laundry room, something of that variety. And then we'll just, fill in this space right here. And this will, of course, be the big kitchen. Maybe there'll be like a little table here, but this will be the dining room right here. This can be kind of a living room. It's going to be like living area, and then maybe just like a little lounge space, and then, hallway and all that good stuff. The second floor is a little complicated, to be perfectly honest. It's always a little bit tricky to do these, but basically the upstairs landing is just going to be like this size here, as you can see. And then there's going to be a little bit of a weird shaped room here in the front. I was trying to figure out other ways of doing it, but this was just the best way. Like this will be maybe like a little entrance to this bedroom. I don't know what is going on with my mouse there. You see that? That's so weird. Why is it doing that? But this area right here will be the bedroom space. And then there's going to be, I'm going to say another bed, like bedroom right here roughly. I think I'm going to do it till here. And then there's going to be a bathroom right there. The weird thing is this might be the master, or the main bedroom is actually what it's supposed to be called nowadays, but the main kind of parents' bedroom, if you will. This could also be that too. I don't know. They're kind of the same size, roughly. And then we have another bedroom right here. And this one's going to be a little smaller. Not too much smaller, to be honest with you. And this part is not going to be this hexagonal shape. It's actually going to be square. I actually looked at the reference, which if you want to look right here, you can look at it with me. You can see it's that kind of angled, kind of hexagonal, kind of, shape there, and then it's just square right above it. I don't know. I liked that. And then I'm going to split the rooms up like this. So it's going to be, one bedroom here, and then just another little bedroom right here. This one's probably the smallest one. And then there's the fun part. I am going to build a third floor, and these rooms are of course going to be significantly smaller. It's going to be kind of like a plus shape. and it's going to be fairly symmetrical all around. But this is just to kind of give it that iconic, almost 4 square house shape. If you want to go online, you can probably find plenty of homes like that. These are houses that I see a lot in my area, but it looks weird, I know. But once you actually put the roofing down and everything, it looks pretty good. So, but yeah, that's the floor plan pretty much. It looks a little bit strange, but let me also go ahead and I'll build the porches or verandas, if you will, however you want to word it. It's up to you. And I'm just going to use the diagonal little flat triangle here just to kind of get into these little nooks and crannies. Speaking of nooks and crannies, y'all, I've been playing so much Animal Crossing. I love it so much. I feel like if you are a simmer and you've never played Animal Crossing, I recommend it. It's definitely a different type of game, but it's so nice. It's really good for creative burnout, honestly. And then we're going to do a porch back here. I contemplated on whether or not I wanted this to be maybe like a, just like a big patio, like deck space, all big and like spread out like this. But to be honest, I want them to have a little garden because that's just, my thing. And so I want this to maybe be like a little covered porch. So it's going to actually be built in with walls like this. Let me build the ceiling here because it's going to bug me. And then I'll put a roof over that. This will be maybe where the door is. And then it leads into this little, maybe it's a fenced off backyard. There's going to be some, I think garden pots like in this area. We can do like 4 little spots, and then maybe there can be like a little shed or something. I feel like that would be really cute. Actually, we could do that. We could just maybe do like something like this, and it can be like a little, I hate to say it, but a she shed. I don't know. I love those are fun. Man caves, no. She sheds, yes. Because maybe the matriarch of this family has a little space because she's like, what, I just want to go in my little shed and maybe do some crafting, maybe do some painting, I can see that. So we'll just do that maybe right there. And yeah, that's the shell. Basically, we're having a shell of a time. Anyways, we'll start with the roofing now, which is always so fun. I mean, I guess I could say that sarcastically, but it is kind of fun to do some roofing. We're going to keep the pitch of the roof, basically the default pitch, just because the roofing on this level will work a lot better if we do that. As you can see, it kind of lines up perfectly. And what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to place this down like all around. I think I'm just going to have to do it right here, and then that's it. Yeah, honestly, do I even need this extra bit on the side? I don't think so. Do I? Am I losing my mind? I think I do. Yeah, I do for sure. Yeah, we only need 3 pieces, thankfully. And then there is that. It doesn't look so bad, actually. I was worried it would. This is looking weird right here where it's a little wider than it is. So I think I'm going to put a piece, like a bigger piece of roofing just like here and lower it like really low. I'm going to like lift it up to maybe about there and then pull that out. Not really a fan of that. So I'm thinking maybe I need to, what did I do? I don't remember what I did in my preliminary sketches. Okay. I don't know what's the deal. Maybe I just made these bigger. I think that's what I did, is I just made them kind of stick out a little bit more, like this much. And then this one can be pulled this way. Okay, that makes sense. And then I can go ahead and do this here as well. The downside with doing it like this is there is still going to be some visible roofing. Here's the thing, y'all. I tried in my preliminary like little sketch to avoid that. This is the best case scenario. So, this is an attic space. It's not really meant for anything. I am going to put a few rooms up here. Maybe there's like a little office, maybe there's a little bedroom or 2 up here, or maybe they're just extra rooms. I'm not really 100% sure yet. And then for this roof trim here, I'm actually going to use more roofing for that. So I'm going to just put a roof the same shape and then pull this out like so, and then just kind of lower it down just like maybe to there. I'm doing this purely because there's these little bump out bits right here, and the roofing is a little bit tricky whenever you do it like this. So I'm just going to do maybe that for these, because I noticed that if I didn't put anything on the side, it would look weird. And then if I pulled this out, it stuck out and like overlapped weirdly too. But if you go inside, you can see that it's in the house. I don't know really how to prevent that, to be honest. So I'm just going to pull the eave in and not worry about it. And then we're going to use trim right here to kind of, fill it out and everything. But so far it's coming along. And let me look at the roof bit here. I think I'm just going to do something like this, something really simple. You never go wrong with simplicity. See, it just bothers me that I can't pull this out, because if I did this, it looks so good. It's a little bit clippy right here, so maybe I have to like lower these like ever so slightly. Like I'm even gonna just like copy and paste so that they're same angle. And then if you look inside, you can see like this nonsense, and that bothers me a lot. Like, really, I could just like block it off, and then maybe I can have the whole space up here open, and then we can just ignore that. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but then you can also see it here too. So maybe I can just like do this. I mean, sure. I think that is a little weird looking up here, but for the aesthetics outside, it looks better. Okay, yeah. Where there's a will, there's a way, y'all. And then I am going to copy and paste and use this kind of roof up here, but I am going to lower it just because it is a little bit big if I do it like that. And then I'm going to put another roof piece here. Do I want to just maybe copy this? I don't know. I feel like that does not look very good to me. I don't like that. I think I will just put a regular little gabled roof here. I'm not sure if I like that either, It's always good to go through the process so that you can figure it out, I guess. But does that look good? None of this looks good, actually, y'all. So honestly, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to nix the covered porch idea. I kind of like it being open. Maybe they just like sunlight. I can always put like a pergola or something like here, or awning. We'll figure that out once we get there, I guess. I will go ahead and I guess we can just work on the foundation, the flooring, the railing, the stairs, all the fun stuff. I want the front door to specifically be a really big 3 wide door, this one, because like it's 3 tiles wide, but if you really look at it, like this bit and this bit can be like taken away, and it's technically kind of like 2 tiles, 1.5 tiles, and I really want to use this swatch, that really warm like wood tone. You can kind of see in the reference here that that's what is here, and the rest of the windows and everything are just white. So I'm actually going to do that. I don't mind that. I try to be all matchy-matchy with my builds, but, it's time to, experiment and try some new varieties of things. Let me go ahead and I will pick out the stairs too, because I want the stairs. The reason why I mentioned that first is I want the stairs and the wood flooring to match. I don't know why. I don't know if this is really like, a good thing that it's all matching, but I love that. It's so pretty. Do I like that? Not really. I think I'm just going to stick to this, or maybe that. Oh no, I can't find a matching thing. Maybe we can just go with the white then. That's perfectly acceptable. I'm going to put the really basic fence there. I can't help it. I'm going to use that all the time. And then we're going to use the basic little, columns here too. And I am going to adjust the railing just a little bit so that it doesn't like look weird. And something I would like to include with this, I have to enable live edit here under content with Better Build By, is this right here. This is so nice. It looks a little tall, I know, but I think this just looks so good, like so. And then I can even put some like right here, like on the stairs themselves. In fact, we can probably switch that back because you can't even see it anyways. And I just think that adds a lot of, structure to it. And then we can also add in some spandrels. Do I want to just go with this one? I kind of like that. I feel like it matches the styling of the house. Ooh, that is cute. I do like that. And then back here on this part, I do like this. The more I'm thinking of it, the more I like the idea of it being nice and open like that. However, I really do want to try a different foundation because personally, I want it to match so bad, but like, that looks really pretty in my opinion. I think that looks so nice. It's just a little too saturated. That one doesn't really match the wood tone perfectly, but maybe it doesn't need to. Maybe I'm fine with that not matching. I mean, we could go with this or this actually as the base. Actually, I do like that for the base of the house. you know, because we are going to be using maybe blue siding, and I think that would look really, really pretty. Because blue and, you know, obviously this isn't orange necessarily, but orange and brown are kind of in the same family. It just depends on, you know, saturation, I guess, and, you know, contrast. And I don't know, there's probably technical terms, but brown and blue also do complement each other quite nicely. So I am going to put some steps right here, and then I'll add some railing. Should I match the railing too? No, I'm going to do the white because I feel like the white is a nice kind of breaking, you know, point. I don't know how to word that, but you know what I mean, hopefully. And we're just going to leave that like so. I'm going to put the foundation like this one right here too. All right. And then we'll go ahead and we'll pick out the siding. I am probably going to go with, I want to go with this blue one, of course. You know, blue siding, blue suburban, shout out to Little Simsy, we all know. But there's also the green. The green. Oh, the green. It's beautiful, but there is a little bit of a caveat. So this particular swatch of siding, it's just called simple siding. This particular swatch with the green does not exist with the swatch here. So this one has a trim on it, which doesn't always place down. You can see it places down at these corners, but it doesn't place down everywhere. It's not perfect. And then there's a version that doesn't have those trim bits here. This doesn't have that green swatch. Let me tell you, that is an oversight that has been bugging me for quite literally 12 years. Yeah, since this game came out, they have not fixed this. I am begging the Sims team, please give us an update where you give us some new colors for the siding. That would be great. A few new colors would be awesome. Give us this green in the plain siding without the trim. We have it with the trim. We need it without the trim. Please. There are so many of us Simmers that are begging you, please. Because I can't use it unless I really, really like put in effort. Like, why is it placing it here but not here? Like what? It's such a perfect color. But alas, we're going to go with the blue because that whole thing, and I just don't want to go through and put down my own columns. That would be silly. But let's just place this blue down. Ooh, I totally forgot to put the roofing right there. Oh no. Okay, let me also add that there really quickly. This is thankfully super easy. I'm just going to take maybe like this bit here and just place it down like so, and we'll just pull it in, push it over, and then we're gonna like do that, I think. Yeah. And then let's see, I'm thinking too, before I move forward, I wanna go in really quickly and I wanna make this a flat square here, or a room. I call it a room. It's not really a room, but I'm going to use just a low-lying fence here just to kind of draw it out, and then I'll get rid of the fence so that it doesn't, you know, count towards the budget, even though there's not a budget, but, you know, I don't want to make it more expensive than it needs to be. And then we're just going to use a trim. I'm kind of unsure which one I want to use. This one looks actually kind of nice. I like that it has a nice thickness to it, and I think we need a thick trim to kind of help because it is a bigger house. So we'll also place it down right here on this part, and then let me get rid of that, and then we'll do this. That's just a quick way of placing down that stuff if you don't want to go through placing down flat squares like manually. And then I don't think I really need to add anything, you know, here. So I guess what we can do is I'm going to go in and add some roof trim. I already know what roof pattern we're going to use. You already probably do too, but hear me out. It looks like it does in the actual photo. It's going to be this one. I don't know. It just looks so good. It's like so warm and like it's got a little bit of whimsy. It complements this blue really nicely. Ooh, we also have the little shed back here. I'm going to go with different colors, I think. I kind of want to go with something on the whimsical side. You know, I don't want it to be like clashy with the house, but maybe something a bit more like this, and then maybe we can do like this kind of roofing here. And then let me think, should I do like something simple? Should I maybe have it be just like something like this? That's kind of cute. Oh, that's actually precious. Ooh, I don't know if I like how it looks with this roofing here. Maybe I'll just keep the roofing the same. We'll do like that. That's actually pretty cute. But the siding, I want it to be a bit more whimsical. We could use this. You know, that's kind of cute. I like it. I like the rustic charm. I wish that it's called Starboard. I wish it had more swatches because I feel like I would use it so much more. Because like, look at the texture. It's actually like for The Sims 4, it's really cute actually. All right, before I move on to doors and windows, I do want to go ahead and place down a fence just to make sure everything is in its place. I'm going to use a simple fence here, and I'm just going to like, intuitively draw a fence. I do want to put it like here, especially because I really like the idea of coming over here and putting like some weeds and some like bushes, maybe some lanterns, because this is like a walkway. I don't know if I want to like put anything here because this is a small like little area here in the front. So I'm just going to not put a fence there. I could put a fence here and do maybe the same kind of thing on this side too. I do like that actually. That's pretty cute. Yeah, we'll figure something out with this. We'll put some trees, we just need something to fill the space in, but let's move on to windows. Oh, something I did not do is I wanted to come up here and do the same thing with the roofing and like the trim and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to obviously delete this, but I'm going to just place this down so I can get a room placed down, like I said. Is there anything that y'all have been like reading or watching or, any games you've been consuming lately that you've been enjoying? I've been reading fan fiction again. I won't say which kind, but I know I am. I'm reading more fan fiction because that's the only media that I will ever, consume of that franchise. But yeah, I'm back into it again, and it's killing me. Let me go ahead and place down the trim here. We'll see how that looks if I do that. You can't see it at all, so maybe I should go with this thicker trim then. I feel like that would look better. I want to be able to see it just because like I like that bit of, I don't know, detailing, I guess. That's cute. Oh, I love that actually. That looks so nice. Should I add more up here? I mean, I feel like if I'm doing it there, I might as well do it up here too. So this is thankfully a lot easier than just having to draw the flat square. We'll do like this, and then let me grab this trim. Oh, see, you can see it through the roofing that way. So, and there's like no point in even putting a trim if that's how it's going to be. So, because it's expensive. The question is, do I want to add some like trim on the sides here? The only way that I can really do that without obviously the get together column. We know her, we love her, we stan her. She is beautiful and perfect in every way. However, she is part of Get Together. There is a version in the debug objects in base game, and if we size this thing up twice, it's kind of similar. It's not perfect. You do have to kind of go in and like place it with the Alt key, and then you have to like size it up. It's a little tricky. It's a little annoying. It kind of wants to flow in some spots. It does look really good. But is it worth all of that? I think it isn't. I don't know. Let me just leave that. We'll come back to it because let's place like these windows. I want to use this window in particular. I just don't use it that much. And I kind of like that it's like a simple like square kind of shape, or not square, rectangle. Are rectangles squares or are squares rectangles? Tomato. That is the question. And then we can put like a little flower box here. I really want to use the red flowers. I don't know. Maybe I want to use the one with the yellow flowers. This one's so beautiful. Oh, there's a blue version. Oh, that's cute. I don't know. Do I want to do the blue or do I want to do the brown? The brown's cute. The more I'm looking at this, the more that these look correct. So let's just place those down. It's so fun. I just love this part. It's so fun. No, really, it's not that fun. It's pretty tedious to have to do this. I'll just place two at a time and then hold down the Alt key and just kind of do this. I would really want to do it like this in all actuality, not it just being like on the front, but for some reason it's not like letting me place it like that up here. Oh, wait. I can do it. There we go. It doesn't like work the best compared to the Get Together column, of course, because the Get Together column goes all the way up to the ceiling. This item, you have to duplicate it and then like raise it up. But if you're just placing it like this where it's covered with a roof, then it's fine. So yeah, I know this is tedious, but when you have only the base game, you got to really use what is here and use it to your advantage the best that you can, because that's all you got. That is kind of the thing with life, and creativity and just all things, like that, using what you have to the best of its capability is part of being an artist, part of being creative. So I think I'm going to do that up here as well. Let me just kind of get a couple of these placed, and then we can just kind of move them in like so. It's a little tricky, but I'm mainly going to be going by the trim here. Oh yes, this is looking excellent. Yeah, I can't deny that looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna do the rest of them, I guess, while I chat with you all. But yeah, what other things have I been into myself? Well, I have been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, of course. It's always a good time playing Animal Crossing, let me tell you. Is that sarcasm? No, but sometimes it is. But yeah, I have put in so many hours in Animal Crossing. I realize I've put in like 900 hours. I've never finished an island. I have an empty island right now. Yeah, I know. It's kind of ridiculous. But that is just who I am as a person. I will build up some part of an island and then tear it back down in no time. But, you know, that is where I find joy. You know, I get to just experiment, run around, talk to my villagers, you know, deal with the drama. You know, there's not really drama on my my Animal Crossing island. To be honest, anytime people talk about drama on their Animal Crossing islands, it's 90% fabricated in their head. And that's the fun part. Because like, obviously, like, you know, there is sometimes where, you know, your villagers will talk to each other and then they'll like get angry at each other over something or whatever. And it's fine, but like, it's just fun to kind of make up the little storylines. I think I'm going to do some here as well, but also here. And I'm just kind of pulling them out from the wall as much as I can, because at the end of the day, what I'm gonna have to do is I am gonna have to check, like, as I build, as I decorate, to make sure none of these are clipping into the house. I don't see any, thankfully, so that's good. But there's all the trim, like corner bits. That looks great. Actually, I'm happy I took the time to do that. So let's go ahead and we'll place down the windows. These windows aren't like my favorite placements. I may lower this down a little. That's better. Yeah. And then should I put maybe like a little window like right here? I feel like that would look kind of nice there. Yeah, that's actually fitting quite well there. And then I'm just going to grab these windows and just keep placing them. We'll go ahead and we'll do these down here as well. I'm not going to put those like corner bits on this part. I feel like it would be a little too busy for the front porch, but I'm just going to put windows like so. And then I am going to do them on the like angled side here, but not here, just because I plan on maybe putting a TV or a fireplace there. I'm not 100% sure which one yet. And then we'll just, you know, put the windows like so. Obviously, the window placements may be adjusted as time goes on. I may go in and add bigger windows in some areas. Who knows? But yeah, I think maybe I'll put like a couple windows maybe like right here as well. This might be a little breakfast nook or something, because I plan on maybe putting a door here and here to lead to these rooms. And this can be like a little kind of hallway for, you know, this area, I guess. And then a little breakfast nook would be really, really cute. Okay, moving upstairs, I'll place down just windows pretty much symmetrically. Oh, that don't look good, don't it? It don't look good at all. That looks awful. I'm gonna lower it down maybe to like there. That's passable to me. I wish I could do it lower, but it would look kind of awkward, I think. And then we'll just place down windows kind of symmetrically. That's how I prefer it. You know, that way you when you look at the build, it looks, you know, balanced, I guess you could say. Let me put this window like right here. Okay, cool. I don't like that. I don't like how those aren't lined up, so I'm just gonna get rid of that window completely. That's just gonna bug me so much. And then we have upstairs again. Just gonna place down these windows, you know, like so. You know, nothing crazy. Oh, these are a lot lower in the front. So I'm going to do this here. Yeah, there we go. Always make sure when you're building in The Sims and you want to have more precise placements of objects, without having to use the Alt key, you can hit F5 and it just gives you some more spots. I don't know. It's good for lining things up and, you know, giving you more, you know, options. But here's the actual shell so far. That's looking really cute. Let me find a back door as well. Do I want to use maybe like this one? Ooh. Oh, yes. That's a perfect way to kind of make that like kind of look, I don't know, cohesive. I guess that's the word. And then we'll go ahead and we'll pick out the doors for the interior. I'm going to go ahead and place down some lighting as well. Ooh, I hear the timer going off in the kitchen. My partner put a pizza in the oven and we're gonna have a salad with it. It's gonna be delicious. What's your favorite brand of pizza? I'm actually being serious. I'm not joking. We always get the Freschetta pizzas. They're just so good. I don't know what it is about them, but I'm also a really big Red Baron fan. Like Red Baron, sponsor me, sponsor my friend Tanya, sponsor all of us. You know, I will build a pizza shaped house. We will both do it. I would love that. That would be so incredible. But anyway, I'm going to really quickly pick out some archways. I kind of want the doors to match the front door and be this kind of like rich wood color here. So I'm going to do maybe like that for these. And then for the doors themselves, I'm going to use probably just this one or this one. Yeah, this one's probably the best bet. It's just a nice, clean, simple, basic door, you know? Ooh, I also wanted to put a little like closet right here. I just am imagining maybe they keep some nice, you know, silverware in there or something. I don't know. But then let me put a door here, a door here, a door here. Oh, I can't put a door there. That's silly. There's stairs there. We'll put it there and we'll put it there and there. And as you can see, there is another little room right here. This is a Jack and Jill bathroom. I've seen these before. I don't know exactly where I should put the doors. Maybe like here and here, even though that's kind of atrocious. I can imagine maybe there's a sink here or something, or maybe they have it all along one wall. I will figure that out when I get there. Maybe I can even do like this. Actually, maybe doing it like that would be better so that there's space here, here, and there. So yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll move upstairs to this monstrosity of a space. Yeah, it's not good. Maybe we'll do this here, you know. It's kind of awful, but you know, maybe we can make these look like they're decorative closets. You know, they're not going to actually use them. So maybe they store some stuff up here, but maybe there's just like random stuff. It's an attic. It doesn't need to make sense. Okay. Like I'm not really that worried. All right. Door placement is good. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the flooring really fast. I'm hurrying as quick as I can because there's pizza. I can smell it. But we'll do, I think this flooring, it's the Lumber Fashion hardwoods. I love this flooring. It's so simple. It's like the second flooring because there's the traditional and then there's the fashion. This one just has a little bit of an extra detailing in it, but it's really clean and simple. It matches the woods. I love it. And let's see, I think this will all be tiling back here. I think I'm also going to do a lot of carpet upstairs too. The attic will definitely have this flooring for sure. Okay. And then for the tiling, I actually think I want to use this. Oh, it's so pretty. Either that or the blue. The blue is so dark. I really want to use this one. I wish there was more swatches on this. That's my thing. I'm always going to want more swatches of some of these. Like some of these floors don't even have swatches. They just have single, you know, versions, or there's like two versions. And then maybe they're like really like slightly different. This is cute. I actually do like this a lot. I don't know. It's kind of got a little bit of whimsy, but that little bit of blue kind of goes with the exterior too. Brings that in a little bit. Upstairs, the bathrooms up here, I kind of want to just maybe put like a neutral tiling, like maybe like this one, just to start out with. Because maybe once I get to actually furnishing those, I'll change up the color schemes. And then I am going to do some basic beige carpeting for these 4 bedrooms just as a start. Again, I'll probably choose the wallpaper and the flooring differently once I pick out the beds, because that's a huge deciding factor for me personally. All right, let's pick out the wallpaper. So I think for this room, this is the dining room. I want something fun. I want this house to be fun, you know. That's how I like to build things. So I really like this. Like, I don't know, like this style. I don't know if I like the colors necessarily, but I want something from this little set. Oh, the green is nice. I'm always going to say the green is nice. The yellow is cute too. You know what? I like the yellow. For the kitchen, I kind of want to keep it more on the simple side. I want it to be something that works with the flooring. This green is actually very cute. I mean, I also am kind of into the pink, or we could just go with light blue. The light blue is nice. I mean, blue kind of works with everything. Ooh, I'm also going to make this the same wallpaper as this room here. And then for the entry, let's see. I'm trying to not use the same wallpapers for like every room, but I also want to make sure that they all kind of work together at the same time. So we could do maybe some wainscoting here, or we could just go with like a regular old paint. something very plain and simple. It's kind of nice. I don't know. We may change the wallpapers as we go, but I like to kind of get a rough idea, at least in the beginning, to kind of get the vibe of the house, essentially. The living room, ooh, that's a really pretty color for the living room. I don't know, maybe we should use more of the basic standards with the trim. I kind of like that. It's just very clean and simple. And we can use a variety of different colors while also, they're all consistent, cohesive. I was trying to say both words at the same time. Let's see, what would be a nice color for a kitchen? Honestly, I would love, in my real life, I would love like this color, this like light, almost lavender, lilac-y kind of pastel. I don't know if the flooring necessarily works with that. This kind of does though. It's just a nice clean beige. You know me, I love beige, of course. That's not bad. Do I want to maybe make this room carpeted here or something? I mean, carpet, oh, it does kind of look nice though. I want it to look a little bit old-fashioned too, because obviously I build a lot of old-fashioned kind of themed homes here on the channel, but I ultimately want to just capture just a certain aesthetic, very late 90s, early 2000s, suburban, just simple vibes. That's my ultimate goal. And then for the railing on the stairs, I kind of want to use like this one. Looks kind of cute. I'm going to make sure it is only on the left side. Oh, love that update so much. And then I'll grab the same matching railing for up here as well. Still looks a little strange right here, of course, which we could even like lower that, a little bit till it's like right there. It would look good up here. It would just look a little strange right here. But if you can just, keep in mind that this is being like kind of covered by a wall. I mean, we could even put like a wall right there. Ooh, that looks kind of weird, doesn't it? Ooh, I don't know. You can see like a weird gap in there. That's not really great. I'm wondering if it's anything to do with this. No, it's not. It's just how the stairs are, unfortunately. Oh, no, I don't like that. We'll just get rid of this then. Oh God, no, we'll get rid of it. Okay. Anywho, that looks really good. That's like a nice clean slate. I actually am really liking the carpet. I kind of want to use that in the upstairs rooms too. That just looks really, really fun. For the bedrooms, I'm going to leave those for whenever I pick out the beds, but we'll go ahead and pick out a color for this room. I think I may just go with this nice clean beige. It's just nice, And then for the bathrooms, I may actually go ahead and pick out the tiling and stuff. I kind of want something that is a little whimsical, and fun. Ooh, I kind of like this like reddish color. I feel like that would be kind of nice. Ooh, I think I want to use this above deck little wainscoting here just for these bathrooms, because I feel like it would be nice to have that bit of variety, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we could just do some clean white tiling. You can never go wrong with that. And then this bathroom, I'm just going to make it beige. I will probably style this bathroom based off of these two rooms just because it's their bathroom. So I want it to kind of reflect the characters that are here. So and then the attic, I want something that kind of makes sense for the attic. We do have this right here. I have never really used this in a build legitimately, and I kind of want to, or at least maybe I can do like maybe this, and then maybe like some of the walls can be this. Like, we can kind of say that maybe, maybe some of the space up here is, old. Maybe it was wallpapered here and there. I don't know. I want to make it really messy and kind of cluttered and just kind of dated up here too. Ooh, I kind of want to use this same wallpaper in like one of the bathrooms. Like they haven't renovated this bathroom yet. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe this house has been renovated in the past and they just, they've kind of gotten started with a few rooms, but maybe there's like a couple really dated rooms. Like maybe there's a bedroom and, things like the first floor's done, but upstairs is still kind of on the way. Before we move on to landscaping and then like the pathing and like sidewalks, the usual, I am going to go ahead and we'll pick out some doors and windows for this little shed here. I think honestly, I kind of want the windows to be, I mean, they could be the same, but I kind of want them to be a little different. I want something fun. Some big windows would be really nice. Honestly, these would be kind of cute. They kind of work honestly. And then for the door, I would love something with a bit of charm, you know? Let's see here. Oh, like this door would be perfect because we can kind of match it to the door here. That looks kind of cute. I don't know. I think maybe these windows aren't really that good. And I think we'll probably just maybe use... Honestly, let's just use the same windows. Maybe the matriarch of the family built this little shed with materials left over from, you know, maybe some renovations or something. And there was like a couple windows they took out, or maybe they replaced or something. Who knows? I kind of want to use this dated wallpaper too. I don't know. Maybe not. I think we should get something more clean and up to date. Ooh, what about this flower child wallpaper? I kind of am in love with it. Oh, it's kind of cute actually. And then we'll maybe put some of this flooring out here too, just because it kind of looks like subfloor. And then we'll just copy this staircase here and then put it like this. Well, that's not going to look very good, is it? I think I'm just going to do something like this here. I'm also going to just go ahead and put a little bit of this right there so that it looks a little better. Something kind of like that. I may bring this down a bit. And then I kind of want to put like a little awning on this. Like we could use something like this one and maybe we can make it pink or something. Or, oh, that light green is cute. Or maybe the light blue because the blue will match the house. Yeah. I kind of want to change this to siding, but maybe another like kind of siding or something. I don't know. Something that kind of will look better. Oh, the yellow. Oh, the yellow is so darling. We're going to use the yellow for sure. So let's figure out an orientation for this backyard because I really want there to be space for a nice garden setup. And like, I don't know, do I want to do like maybe like 3 here? But I don't know if I'd like the placement of that. Maybe I can do some back here too. I don't know. It just feels awkward any which way I put it. Maybe I can just maybe put like a few like here. Ooh, maybe one more. Oh, I like that. That looks kind of cute. We can even maybe bring it downward like to here. And then maybe right here can just be like a little patio space. I want something that is, of course, terrain paint, but I want something that kind of looks sort of paved, but like this is really pretty, but I don't like how bright white that gravel is. I want it to be a little darker. Like none of these are really like what I'm looking for, to be honest. Maybe instead what I can use is these live edit kind of slabs, these little pavement tiles. I feel like these would look kind of good. However, they might look a tiny bit repetitive if I place them down at the same angle. So I'm just gonna like kind of draw them out the best that I can. I think maybe we'll do it like this big, roughly. And then let me just, do my thing here. Actually, yeah, this is looking really, really cute. And hopefully your Sims will just walk over these like it's no big deal. Hopefully. I don't trust Sims ever. Okay. Like when it comes to many of the Sims games, I don't trust them with routing. Let's maybe just do a few like underneath this. We'll do maybe like a couple like here too. I think I do want to maybe extend it then. Like we'll do something kind of like this. And then let me get these out of the way just for a moment because I may place them in a different layout. But I do like this significantly more because it isn't like a straight up tile. Like this looks a bit more like realistic because sometimes backyards in The Sims 4 just don't look that good. When you just put tile everywhere, it just feels weird. And then I can go in with this Scratchy and Patches terrain paint here and we'll just kind of lightly go underneath it, something kind of like this where it's like a little worn. It doesn't need to be like completely worn away, but just like a little bit. That's pretty cute actually. And what if, hold on, I kind of like the idea of these just being kind of along, the wall back here. However, I do want them to have enough space to kind of walk all around it, if that makes sense. Maybe I'll just do like 4 and we can just do them like that. I don't know, because I really want there to be like an area to eat and everything. I mean, to be fair, they'll probably have something set up here. Like, let me just put some placeholder stuff. We can maybe just like, they can just have a table there with an umbrella, and then this can be where the garden is. I like that. And then maybe we can just use some terrain paint to kind of lead to a gate or something. You know, like we can use this one. I know it doesn't match exactly, just don't pay attention to it. But yeah, it kind of works out because I can maybe like lightly put this here. Maybe we can even do like some just dirt so that it doesn't look so, you know, grassy looking. Something maybe kind of like that. See, I just don't love that it's just dirt now. I'm thinking maybe we can use some of these. See, these are really cute. Yeah, sure. I'm not really convinced yet, but I think that looks pretty nice. Maybe we can even use some of this smooth keeper. I wonder how this would look kind of surrounding all of this. I'm not mad at that, but it's a little bright looking. Maybe we can go in with like just this like kind of neutral color. Ooh, now see, I like that one a lot more. Yeah, that's pretty cute. I like that. It kind of sections it off a little bit. And then, you know, we can maybe put some other like clutter. Like honestly, before I even move on, I will just add some of this clutter like out here, you know, some little gardening bits here, something kind of like that. That's cute. Okay. You know, if you do download this house and you use it yourself, feel free to put a pool back here, but honestly, I just don't like putting pools in my Sims builds. I don't know. I don't love how they look, to be honest. Maybe we will have some of these like little kind of lavender kind of hedges or something back here, shrubs, if you will. Oh, I remember there was one like this one. Yeah, we'll just use this. This looks really, really cute right there. You know, they have some lavender planted next to the house. It's always hard to place these because they want to float, and I hate that. That drives me crazy. We'll do something kind of like that perhaps. And then maybe we can even like put like a little like iron fence, little wrought iron fence thingy kind of surrounding it so it doesn't like, you know, spread, you know. Sure, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really sure what I'm doing with this backyard. I think I am going to go ahead and move on though to the proper landscaping. I think I'll do a little brick paved little walkway up to the front door here, or the front step, and then I do want to put their mailbox right here and a trash can somewhere. I think maybe like right there would be nice, or maybe, I don't know, should I just put like a regular one like that? I think that one looks a bit more like realistic. I kind of want to do the same thing that I did back here in the front, but I can just do like maybe like 1 and 2 kind of like there, and then we can put one of these, like not one of these, but a few of these like really tall like shrubs right here on either side. I feel like that looks really, really cute. I'm a big fan of that, and honestly I feel like I could put that kind of, you know, near the house in a lot of spots, even back here. This will help kind of frame it a little bit, I think. Yeah, that does look pretty cute. I'm not liking this setup. I don't think that looks good here. I think it being right next to this feels a little strange. I think it needs to be kind of cut off like right there, and we'll do the same maybe like right here, because honestly I don't know, I feel like it's looking strange to me. It's looking off. And then what I'll do is I'll just go in and just fill this in with more of these. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. I don't know, it's hard to do like realistic, you know, builds in The Sims 4 sometimes because of the, you know, the fact of the matter is it's like there's certain things in The Sims 4 that if you do based off of real life, it just doesn't work that well because it's hard to kind of do the same thing. I don't know. That's kind of cute. I like these little like kind of ivy bits there. They add a little bit of verticalness, if that is a term. And then I do want to add in maybe some flowers up front here too. I really want those like little like short, these right here, these perennial flowers, because they're purple. You know me, I love purple flowers. I think I'll just do like something like this maybe. Actually, that's super cute. I kind of like the simplicity too. And then do I want to maybe put these surrounding them? You know what? After placing them, they look kind of cute. We'll do that. Okay. And then I obviously want to go in with a little bit of terrain paint just so that it doesn't look super flat and dull. This will just kind of go on the edges here. It's kind of, you know, adds a bit of realism and a little bit of wear to it. I think for like these two sides here, I want to add some trees. I think I want to do more like, I don't know if I want to do like some of these, or if I want there to be a bit more like the hawthorn tree, which the hawthorn tree right here would look really, really nice because you can put the trash can underneath it. That's really cute. And then maybe we can do like a beech tree right here. Oh, that's nice. And then honestly, the best way to kind of make these look a little less, you know, stick in the ground is obviously we can add maybe some like low-lying flowers and, grass and stuff around it. Ooh, that kind of looks good. I placed that down kind of randomly, but I don't know. There's something about that looks kind of neat. I think I'll use maybe like this grass here. This is a really cool grass because it just fills in the space really, really well. Now that I've come back here, I don't like this landscaping on the side. I feel like it just doesn't look right. I don't love it, to be honest. Honestly, I kind of just want to leave it. No landscaping back here. I don't think that they would have a lot of landscaping around these, front and side of the house. I know some people have been like, oh my God, the termites whenever I put hedges near the house, but this is realistic. We had hedges, in our old house, or not in our old house, but next to our old house. So I'm just going to put some of those, just to fill the spaces in. It's the best way to, make it look a bit more finished is to add some hedges here. It just also means I feel like I don't have to do as much effort to finish the landscaping. And then let me think. I will add some more of this terrain paint, maybe like on the edge here, maybe like where this shed is. We'll add some more. I definitely want to add another tree, like maybe here, maybe another one of those like skinny beech trees, but maybe more like this one here. We could do that perhaps. And do I want to put a tree here? I could do like this one. Oh, it's pretty. It doesn't hit the house either. It's really pretty. I love that. Add some shade back here too, which is always really, really nice. And then I'm going to add maybe like some of these, just like in these little areas here. And then I can also add that grass from earlier too. Layering those on top of each other is a great way to kind of fill in the gaps. Yeah, and I feel like we need a tree back here too. Ooh, this one is really big, but we can shrink it down. It's called a rural oak tree. That right there is gorgeous. It does cover a lot of the backyard, but I don't know, that really makes it a vibe back here. I think if anything, I can even grab it and put it on the corner of the lot so it doesn't take up as much space. I do quite like that a lot. And then let me grab some more of that grass here. It's beautiful. Not this one, the one that's a little bit more of a vibrant green. And I kind of like the grass kind of poking through the fence. It adds some realism here and there. Yeah, that's kind of nice actually. Oh, I love it. It looks so cute now. So much life going on now. Do I want to add more of these little flower boxes? I don't want to add too many, but I kind of like the idea of adding them here in the front. Oh, there is a missing window right there. I did not add. Must have deleted it by accident, but that's really, really cute. And I do want to go ahead, and since we're landscaping, I feel like lighting is part of the landscaping. So I'll just add some lights. I think I'm just going to go with these really simple. It's called Moth Begone outdoor lamp. And I'm just going to put a couple, put some here and there. Maybe we'll put ones like next to the trees and over here. Definitely want to put one in the middle, maybe like one right here. I can put like a couple like there maybe. All those are lit up really nicely. That's kind of pretty. But we will add some of these here too, just to properly light the space. And I'll go ahead and add a light underneath there. And then also a light maybe like here as well. And then obviously a light out here too. It would be pretty necessary. Okay, I think this looks really, really cute. We can probably add some other things like this little bunny. We can add maybe the little pig as well. Ooh, we definitely should add in the bird bath. I feel like we should add that and move the light over a little bit. We'll just put it like right there. That looks really, really really, really sweet. And then let me grab, I want to put some kind of fence here, even if it's not like a real fence. Like we could even do something like this or like this. Ooh, this one would be super cute. It's the one with the ivy and the vines on it. That's very nice actually. Just something to kind of like separate it a little bit, but I think that's lovely. All right. I think honestly, since we're working on the exterior, we should move to the back porch area, and then I'm going to go ahead and do some furnishing back here. But I do want to put this table like right there. I feel like that looks really nice. And let me find some kind of matching kind of setup here. I like the blue a lot. I think that looks really, really nice. There is that color. That's actually very nice. It's a little matchy, but I like that. It actually looks good. Maybe we can do like these chairs. Oh, that's cute. I like it. And then I do want to put a grill out here. We'll do maybe a little blue grill. We'll put it right there. Seems like a nice little spot for it. And some other activities, we could probably put a few more planter bots. I did it again. Why did I say bots? It's planter pots. And I don't know, maybe a telescope. No, it seems kind of a fun thing to put outside. I'll even put a jungle gym out here. Maybe we can just put it like right here. You know, there's enough room, hopefully. I always forget about kids stuff, so I'm glad I remembered that. And then maybe I can put like a little table like right here to put some plants on. I mean, that's kind of my little trick, I guess you could say, that I pretty much do in so many builds, is like, oh no, I don't know what to put here. Just put some plants and some, decorative items on a table, A little thing of sunflowers is cute. We can even type in the florist thing again. I just typed that in because there's like these 3 items that look so good outside. So maybe we can just throw some more of that out here. I kind of like it. And then I'm trying to think of what other little outdoor activities we could really do. There's not a ton. There is a bike that if you got the Reaper's Reward event, there's a bike with the skull on it. And there's also this from getting the Cottage Living Pack pre-ordered. I wish I could use them because a bike like kind of out here would be nice. There is this from the Deck the Palms event that I always like to add in my builds. They're super cute. It's like a little library. Oh, and there's like little themes, but there's also plain ones. I think I'm just going to do that. That's cute to fill that little spot in there. Okie dokie. And then I guess we could probably put like a little rug or something, and then just, I don't know, more plants. It's a base game build, so you kind of can't really do a lot with the base game. I mean, you can, but, there's not like a ton of activities. I think this is a nice little setup though. And then for the front porch, we're going to keep it pretty simple. There's just going to be some benches out here. I kind of want to use like this bench in this swatch. I don't know. I feel like it stands out really nicely. It's just, I don't know. It looks cute. We can just put maybe like one here and one here. And then we can put some pillows on it too, of course. That's the best way to add detail to any seats. And then you lift it up 4 times. With the 9 key, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just placing them down, and then I'm going to position them and then add some color. I'm thinking I want this like really nice springy green. There's something about that looks really cute. It doesn't look like they sit properly on the bench there at some angles, but that's fine. I like the little bit of springy green though. I think that looks really cute. And then let's find a welcome mat here. There's just this one. It's just a nice little welcome mat. It fits perfectly there. And then maybe we can put some plants on either side too. We could do these. I don't know. They're kind of not tall enough for my liking, but I may use them. I don't know. There's also these as well. It's not like a ton of variety when it comes to plants in The Sims 4, so you kind of have to just work with what you got. I don't know. This kind of looks cute. I don't know. It's something I haven't used in a while. That's kind of nice, actually. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's all I really want to put out here. Nothing too crazy. It's just a front porch. Maybe I can add more stuff later, but yeah, finally we can move on to the interior. All right, so let's start furnishing this living room, shall we? So I'm of course going to be using the hipster hugger. I've used this couch so much in these kinds of builds, and I'm kind of torn. Do I want to use blue and go with some color, or do I just want to keep it real simple and go with beige? I mean, beige is the easiest color to work with, honestly, at least in these kinds of builds. So I'm going to do 2 of those. And for the coffee table, I kind of want to use this one. I mean, it kind of makes sense to use it. It fits pretty well there. It'll fill the space without it being too much. It isn't symmetrical with this wall, but I'm not too mad about that. And then I don't really know what kind of table I want for the TV here. I kind of would rather it be maybe this chest. I don't know, it just kind of fits with the styling here. We can do maybe the green, or I don't want to just do beige everything. Maybe I'll put some of this green with the throw pillows that I put on this, and then we'll put a nice TV here, and we should definitely put some art above these as well. I'm not really sure what style this household would furnish their house in, if it's, maybe contemporary and sleek, or if it's more like nostalgic suburban. I would say nostalgic suburban. I wish this wasn't so vividly blue. I like the frame. That's one thing I wish that they did in The Sims, is that the frames could be like the same, but then there would be different pictures within the frame instead of just having a huge variety of paintings. I don't know. I'm just really desperate for some for some new stuff in the base game. I guess it's probably time to look into some new games to decorate and stuff in. So I know that there was a new game that just came out called Hosey. They actually sent me early access and I didn't realize it, and then I bought it. So yeah, I did play the demo on the channel and I really liked it. I thought it was really, really cute, really, really fun. I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't exactly have a lot of desire to go back to it again. It was good, but I personally find the games out there that the pure sake of the game is just decorating, I kind of don't love those that much. They just don't have a lot of personality to me. Like they have, a personality in their own way, I guess you could say, but ultimately, like, I don't know, I would just personally rather build in the Sims, because at least with that, then you can move Sims in, you can tell stories and have characters, and there's so much potential with that. But with a game like Hosey, it's really nice if that's what you're looking for, just like a calming game to just chill out in and relax, and that's it. But that's not really what I'm going for. It is partially, but it isn't all that I'm going for when it comes to building and decorating and stuff. Do I want to put this here? I don't know. I feel like this looks off. It needs to be like this, but then this needs to be like this, but then this is too far. Okay, we'll just put this back maybe. Maybe we should try a slightly different approach. Maybe the TV should go against the wall here, just so that I can put a window here and it makes sense. And then maybe I can just put like a couple of those kind of accent chairs that goes with this. I could even do the green, but I'm just going to do the matching beige because, I feel like 90s, furniture, if you didn't have a lot of money, mismatched, thrifty kind of looking stuff was, fun. But, in a house like this, it would be like a set of furniture, I would say. Maybe we'll use like this one, or I don't really know what kind of coffee table to use. Ooh, that looks kind of nice. It kind of goes with the theme of the house. Okay, this looks better. I'm more into that. I'm going to get rid of this mirror here. And then for an accent table, I kind of want to use this since it kind of matches in color, but ooh, this one matches in style really nicely. And then let me find a lamp. We'll just use maybe that lamp. You know what? I kind of like it. It's very simple. And then I'll put another one of those nightstands right here. And then we'll just do another lamp, matching set. Why not? And I don't know about over here in this little corner. I could maybe put a plant, possibly. Maybe something like this. I don't know. I feel like that is a lot for that spot. But at the same time, I feel like it kind of works. It kind of does look good there. And then we need some curtains here too. I think I'm going to go with these right here, these kind of like beigey kind of patterned ones. Not particularly a big fan of them, but we don't exactly have a ton to choose from in the base game. And I think they kind of work with the overall vibe. You can kind of see like the pops of green and the beige. It just kind of works. And then I am going to throw in some pillows here. Do I want to use like this pillow? I think this would be a nice pillow, but it's kind of too matchy. The brown pillow is cute though. We'll do brown pillows for like the main pillow. And then we'll use this kind of sagey green as an accent pillow. Yeah, so we'll do these on the corners and then just shrink these down and then place them like so. And then we'll just reposition these. I think that's pretty cute. And should I find a rug? I mean, maybe this rug will work then. Oh, I use this one a lot, I know, but like the colors, they kind of just work with the style that I usually lean into. I kind of like this lighter purple. It's kind of fun and whimsical. And then we can maybe put some books, and other little random clutter objects for this space. I kind of want like a big stack of books. Like, where is that one stack? It's here somewhere. I have a habit of overlooking things. Like, they're right in front of me and I'm just like, I don't see it. It's this one right here. We'll do this. And then let's do the green books. I don't know. They look cute. We'll put them kind of on the side here. And then let's find like a candle. Like, these are probably the best things we can use. They're small enough there. Ooh, they're not centered into the table. There we go. I was like, that looks weird. And then I kind of want to put a bookshelf right here. I feel like that's the best place for it. Should we put this one? Ooh, it fits very nicely there. I don't really know if the color works though, because it is very dark. If it was like this tone, I would love it. We have this one though. That's cute. I like this like kind of orangey wood today. And then I do want to put a fireplace right here as well. I'm going to use this one from the HBD collection. I think that one just works the best. It's really, really cute. Let me see. I got to put a fireplace around here too to match. It just makes sense. And I think over here, I want this to kind of be more like a reading corner. So instead of using like these matching armchairs, I mean, maybe I could put like a little love seat. I feel like that would be cuter because I was going to do 2 armchairs, but I feel like maybe something like this or this would look really cute here. There is a green, and that kind of works. I don't know. It has built-in pillows too. And I think I'll put a nice lamp over here. I don't really like any of these. This one works. I kind of like that. Put this here and then maybe a small table here. Oh, I don't know, because it would have to kind of go there. I don't dislike that though. Maybe I can use this lamp or, you know, we can just use this one again because why not? They have a ton of them. And then I'll do this swatch to kind of warm this space up. Should I put another coffee table? Would that be bad? I mean, we could. There is this one, but it's kind of plain looking. I think this would take up way too much space. So I'm just gonna say no to that notion. And a rug would also be a little too much. So, you know, we'll just leave that space the way it is. And then let's find some curtains. We'll get just those ones again here. Should I do the green ones? Nah, that's too much green. Even for me, that's something. And I think we should definitely put like a piece of art above the fireplace here. So I actually want to let y'all in on a secret. It's not really a secret. I downloaded a mod that unlocks the rewards items from like all the events and stuff that we've had in the base game. I've apparently missed a few. I didn't know, to be honest, because I've never seen this painting before. And I was like, wait, what? It does unfortunately mean that you have to have the mod for them to show up, because if you take out the mod, the items that you didn't get will go away, unfortunately. So, you know, that's a bummer, but you know, at least it doesn't mark it as CC. So, and then let's just do maybe like this painting. I like this little painting. I feel like it fits really well there. Do we want to put some candles up on the mantle? Ooh, those are perfect. These are from the holiday like event thing or holiday set. Is it a kit? Is it really a kit technically? I don't know. I don't think it is. It's just called free stuff, so it's technically not a kit. And do we want to put plants up here too? Oh, these little flowers. Oh, how stinking cute. We can do the yellow. You know what? I like that a lot. That is very cute. This room is nice. I like it. And we're going to go in with a ceremonial boob light, as always. And you know what? Just to add a tiny bit more realism into this space, I'm definitely going to add a little light switch because, of course, would you look at that? That's a really cute living room. And then we can move on to probably the entrance foyer, but we'll of course put a hallway table here. This is probably the best thing to do. Probably this one or this one. This one. I like it because it has that basket and I like the swatch. And I'm thinking we'll use a nice lamp here. We'll probably go with that. I need a little bit of variety. Maybe we'll do this. That little green little lamp that fits there really nicely. And then let's find maybe just like a little plant, of course. It's gonna be hard not to use this again because it's really small and cute and it's actually kind of perfect. We could do this one, but I want like a little flower, but maybe these. That's actually super cute. I kind of want to change the base though to something like that. Yeah, that's really nice. And then we'll just find some more books too. We'll just put like a little stack of books here or basket or, ooh, the basket's kind of cute. Maybe they just kind of keep, you know, keys or I don't know. They just keep something in that basket there. Maybe like bills or something. And I kind of want to put a mirror here. I feel like that would really like kind of open the space up a little bit. I like that gold little bit of accent there. And I guess we should also maybe put some, like a couple sconces in here too. Oh, this one would fit really well in here. That's cute. Maybe we can just put the one there and then maybe like one back here too. Oh, how lovely. That lights it up really nicely too. And then we should probably put in a few like mats, like rugs in here. We'll do like a welcome mat here. I think I'll do maybe, I was going to do this kind of muted green color, but I don't think I like it. I think I'm just going to go with the beige, and then I'll go with maybe this here. That's actually quite nice. It adds a little bit of contrast in here. All right. Nothing really much needed to go on in there. But then we have the dining room here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a bube light in here. And then we'll also put in the light switch here also. And let's take a look at the dining tables here. I feel like this one kind of makes the most sense with the other furniture that I've been using because it has this really nice swatch. I really like it. I'm also going to do a trick that one of y'all let me know about. You just like did this thing where you like layered lights on top of each other and like that just lit up the room a little bit more. What a genius move. Honestly, never thought of that. And then for the chairs, do I want to use these? Because there is like a really fun green swatch, but I just, I don't like this chair. The detail on it isn't very good. There's this one as well, but the wood on it is a little dark. I just want something more fun. I don't really know what kind of chair I want. Ooh, this chair might actually work better because it looks like it has a bit more of a variety in the actual wood tones. That kind of looks good too, that green. I know I'm going to be using a lot of this green, but I feel like it clashes with the walls. Like this is kind of almost like a teal. Why would I use teal? I detest that color. I'm sorry to y'all that like it. I really am. I think it is nice in some ways, but my goodness. So I'll be honest, the company I used to work for prior to, being full-time here on YouTube, their logo and like their branding was teal. And every time I see that specific shade, it really makes me think of it again. I didn't have like a ton of negative feelings towards that job, to be honest. So I'm kind of being dramatic, but at the same time, it was rough in some ways. It was good in others, but it was rough in some. I was grateful for the job. I was really grateful for the experience too that I got with that place for sure. Like I was a store manager, and let me tell you, it was a learning experience being a store manager in so many ways. You learn about people in every capacity. I'm going to do this funky cat jazz painting. I am in love with this. It's such a cute painting, honestly. It's so iconic. I think it fits really well with this room. Yeah, you learn a lot about people when you work in retail in general. I'm not just saying as a store manager, as a retail worker in general, you learn a lot. Ooh, this shade of green on the rug kind of is doing something for me. I kind of love that. Yeah, I was a store manager. I was an assistant manager prior to that. And before that, I had really just kind of been like a key holder, like associate kind of level. And, I obviously had experience with people, but like when you become a store manager, you not only have to manage people, but you also have to deal with the customers in a different way because you're the boss. You're in charge of the store. And then you're also kind of a middle manager because there's obviously district management and, upper management that is out of your store and out of your, kind of circle. So it's definitely an experience. You do learn a lot. It is not for everyone though, and it's the same way with food. It's food service is not for everyone. I'm putting a lot of plants in here because should I put this in the centerpiece? I think I should. That's really, really cute. Not that y'all need to go on about your business in the comments, but if you have any like stories or any like, little tidbits about, past experiences or whatever, leave them in the comments. It's always nice to read your stories and stuff. Honestly, you all have some, hilarious stories, but also some, dramatic stories too that I'm just like, oh my gosh. And there's the little dining room. I'm obsessed. It's just green, beige, and brown and a little bit of orange. So duh, I'm going to like it. All right. This is looking great so far. Let's move on to the kitchen. The kitchen now. I know what you're thinking. It's not going to match. There's purple in here, but y'all, I'm going to be using these more green. So I'm going to do like some cabinets like this. And I kind of want to put an island here. I'm kind of torn. Do I want to do a island that is literally just the same cabinets? because, you know, obviously that would look really nice and kind of cohesive, or do I want to use a different one? See, I've placed it down and I like it. So I think that's my answer. And I think maybe over here, we're going to do some more cabinetry. I think this might be like where the refrigerator is going to be. I don't really know if I can kind of get it to look good. Do I want to use this fridge, or do I want to use just like a simple white one? It is very dark in this room. Let's add our boob lights, you know, because we know we're going to add them inevitably. So it's a little bit better. I think I may just layer these lights a little bit so it's like actually bright, because kitchens, I feel like, are the one room in the house that you kind of have to have lit up nicely, you know, at least to a degree. You know, as an advocate for, you know, like anti big light energy, I don't know what I'm trying to say there. I definitely think that the kitchen is kind of the exception, you know, at least to a degree. There we go. And this is a little tight, but I think it works. Honestly, I like the way it looks. Let's get some little seats in here. That is one thing. There's a lot of things I could talk about with the base game, but that is one thing I wish we had a bit more of a variety of in this game, is bar stools, because we have like a couple that I use, but these, like, look at that. It's just daggone ugly. That's so gross. And this one ain't much better. It's sort of better, but not really. Like, ooh. I mean, there's a style there for sure. But I think I'm just going to maybe use probably just the one from the first one here. I don't like that though either, y'all. Maybe we'll just go with this after all. I think there might be an orangey wood. Oh, there is. Oh, that's cute. It brings some of that warmth in here. And then we can go ahead and put a little breakfast nook over here. I love a good breakfast nook. We'll do maybe a little table like this. And let's see, do we want to use the same chairs? I mean, I don't see why not. We could use the same chairs, maybe. Maybe they don't work that well in here. There are these, but I don't love the cushion. I wish the cushion was a different color. Yeah, I'm not really liking that one either. Super indecisive. Maybe we will use this one after all, even though I'm not personally the biggest fan of it. It kind of does work in here. I don't know. Maybe I'm not, you know, making sense. But maybe I'll bring this forward a tile, and then I'll just put these lots like this, because I kind of want something over here like a cabinet. I feel like that would fit really, really nicely there. Ooh, there's this little server thing. I don't know if this would look good in here, because this looks very like bougie looking. Yeah, that's not really what I'm going for. Let me think. Miscellaneous. We'll go down here, and there is, you know, like these are really, really pretty. Ooh, wait a minute. This one, that's so perfect. That orangey wood, that's perfect. And then we need some nice curtains in here. I wish we had better curtain varieties. There's so many things I could ask for, but alas, here we are. I think I'm gonna go with the green curtains, honestly. I think that looks really cute. I kind of want to use the skinny version though, because it looks kind of awkward being over two windows like that. I feel like that looks a little bit better. And then for these windows, maybe I can actually use these and then just shrink this down. Actually, that doesn't look so bad. It's not perfect, but I'll take it. I'll do it. I do have a mod, by the way. I don't know if I've even ever mentioned it, but there is a mod by Ravishing that actually disables the curtains snapping to windows, so I can just place them wherever I want. I just prefer that. It just bugs the crap out of me when I try to place a curtain and it snaps to the window in the wrong place. I'm like, no, it doesn't look good that way. Oh, see, that's the problem though. That's what's going on there. Because it doesn't look bad if you know, overlap it in that way, but ooh, it's not looking good. So I think I might need to find some different curtains. Daggone it. Maybe we can do these. Oh, these are actually not bad. They're a little subtle, but they're cute. I wish the color was a little better, because there's a green. There is a green. You know what? We can work with it. Let's give it a go, shall we? And so for the sink, I think I'm going to put it in the middle here. We're going to do this coppery one. I think that's so nice. Honestly, I love that little pop of orange. I wish I could put this over in the middle. I could try to get this to work, you know, because I think I'll use, maybe, honestly, we could use this one or red. No, that's ridiculous. That stove is actually kind of cute, because we could even go in and then get these counters and do like little corner bits like this, and maybe like, you know, we can just kind of maneuver it a little bit. It's just kind of not the best formation. Wait a minute. I think I just ate my words, y'all. It's not perfect because there is tiny gaps right there, but hear me out. We can move this over just a touch so it doesn't clip too much, and then do this. Oh my goodness, y'all. I wasn't even trying, and that looks pretty good. It also had some variety of the kitchen cabinets there, which is nice. However, I can't overdo it with clutter because that leaves only these spots for them to prepare food. So anything like a microwave or something, I'll need to probably put somewhere else, unfortunately. So I do want to add a dishwasher, of course. Oh, see, I can't really add the dishwasher anywhere but here, and that's a sin, putting it that far from the sink. The only other option is to, instead of using like end cabinets here, I put these. That isn't so bad. It does kind of take away the detail that I liked, but at the same time, it means that I can put the dishwasher in the island. It does look a little weird here though. That's the only thing, but just don't look at it. And let me find, I guess what we can do is just find a coffee pot. I think I'm gonna go with maybe this one. I kind of like that. And then do we want to put the microwave here? I don't know. Unless we do it over here. I feel like we could do that. Maybe we can just add a cabinet piece here. Ooh, that's kind of cramped, but maybe that's realistic. I'm just like, oh, this doesn't look right. That's realistic. Nothing's perfect. Sure. I mean, it's fine. I don't really care. We can do that. I would rather have like a nicer microwave though. You know what? That does the trick. We can probably even bring this in a tile because it still leaves a good amount of space there for your Sims to move around. And then we'll do like a fun little rug here. Ooh, this one's kind of like a sagey green, but ew, no, never mind. Do I want to just use this bright purpley one? That's kind of ugly. I think I'll maybe just do blue. You know what? I like the blue. That's nice. And then we'll do another one of these little mats there for the back door. And then maybe we can move this back a tile. It's a little bit off to me. I don't know, maybe not. I do want to add a rug underneath this over here. Do we want to do that? That looks nice. It kind of goes with what's going on in the dining space, kind of brings it all together. And then I'm going to also go in and, add some other little kitchen decor items, like those that fork and spoon. And then, ooh, we definitely got to add some things like this. This would go perfectly right there. Also a range hood. I had a comment from someone forever ago that was like, why don't you put range hoods in any of your builds? It's so realistic to do that. I'm like, you're so right. And now I can't forget it. I'm like, it has to be there. It feels so empty now. Ooh, we should put a smoke detector right here too, just in case. I've been playing The Sims 2 again, and yeah, it's very important to have that because let me tell you, my Sims are in university right now. The amount of times the cafeteria, like the kitchen space, has just caught fire is ridiculous. I'm like, what do you mean? It's your job. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna should I put this here or here or here? I don't know. I'm gonna put it. And then let's see. I'm trying to think of some more clutter for the kitchen. It's always hard to find. I wish they would have a proper kitchen clutter, bathroom clutter section instead of it just being all lumped together. Because we've got clutter and then we have miscellaneous. Why do we have, those are the same thing basically. So why don't we use these differently? I don't know. I could spend all day complaining about little things in this game, honestly. Let's see. I'm looking specifically for the knife block and I can never find it. Let me just type in knife. We'll put those there maybe. Maybe here? No, we'll put them here. This is where they are in the house I live in. Yeah. And then we'll go into the bathroom section so that I can get the hand soap. We'll do the blue because we always use blue Dawn dish soap and we put it in a foaming hand soap bottle and then water it down because that's how much of a I don't want to say tightwad, how frugal I am. Maybe we'll put a little painting of a leaf there. I feel like that looks kind of nice. And yeah, this is a cute kitchen. It's nice and spacious, but it's still really colorful and friendly. I do kind of low-key want to put that one decor item that is the pots and pans because there's this one. There's a variety of sizes, but I kind of want to put this one here and we can do the copper. Oh, that's so lovely. That's so perfect. All right. I think that's a good spot to move on from the kitchen. We have this tiny little room right here. This is a little hallway. Did I put a little light switch in here? I did not. So I'm going to put one here, and I'll put maybe one here, and I'll also put one here, and then we're going to put one here too, because we've got the hallway, and then we have a little powder room here. The hallway, I think I'm literally just going to put a single painting in here, since there's not really space for anything else. We'll just put the chicken, because why not? It's a great painting. I love the chicken. And then let me put in, just a bog standard toilet and a bog standard sink. Maybe we'll do just the pedestal sink. I kind of like the simplicity of that. In The Sims 2, there's the basic sink that you can buy. It actually has like little bits of clutter on it already, and I'm like, that's so cute. The detail, like I love it. And then we'll do a little towel here. Do like the green there, I think, because obviously we got to include some green. Maybe we can even put some green on the little mirror there too. Ooh, I like that. And then we'll do a little curtain in the same color as well, the green. You'll never see me stop using green, y'all. I'm not sorry either. All right, I think that's really all I want to do for in here. We could do a little rug, but I mean, do you need a little rug for a little powder room like this? I'll put one anyway. I'll just put like a little one right here. You know what? We'll put it right here in front of the toilet, just in case it's cold, It is tile after all. And then this room, I kind of wanted this to kind of stand in as a laundry space, but I'm just gonna kind of make it like a pantry, maybe something like that. So I'm just gonna put some cabinets in here, and maybe I'll put some tall cabinets too. Like maybe we can do like this here and like put the tall cabinet there. And maybe they can just keep extra things. I mean, we could in theory, maybe we should put this along this wall. Yeah, we could do that. Maybe I'll do like, hold on, I've got ideas. We can do this, and then maybe along this wall, we can do more of these just regular cabinets here. And maybe we can put some shelves in here. Yeah, we could do that. I don't love the colors. I wish, wait a minute. We have these. These are going to be so much cuter. I like the color more. We'll just kind of overlap them the best we can so it looks like it's all built in together. Ignore the little clippage. I'm sorry. But we can add a few little decorative items in here too. It doesn't have to make any kind of rhyme or reason or sense. It's purely storage. We could even go into is it debug or debug? I say debug, because that's just my accent, y'all. I'm sorry. But the debug section, I could maybe even put some of this stuff. Oh, I want to put like some baking pans, but like they're not going to go on the surfaces very well. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't put stuff like this in here, because I feel like it would just kind of make more problems than it's worth, honestly. But yeah, we'll just put like the little baskets, maybe just tissues, this little thing of clutter. It's literally perfect because it's just a box of clutter. And then let's see, what should I do? Like stuff like this can go in here. I don't know. It's representative, just play pretend with me, okay? Let's see. I want all the things that I can, like, I wish you could put more on these things. I feel like we could do that, but they just didn't. Y'all, I'm just in a complaining mood apparently. What is with me? I'm not like this normally. Some urns. That's the perfect thing to store in your laundry room. But hey, we could just pretend that they hold ingredients. That's not an urn. No. That has flour in it. Okay. Get your mind out of, the dark side and think neutral, I don't know what I'm saying, y'all. I've been recording a lot. I've been working a lot today. I've been feeling pretty good about it too. I've been trying to take breaks from things, but it's nice to actually get work done too. Like that's just how I feel. Like for me, I tend to overwork sometimes, but I get kind of like my energy like kind of dips whenever I don't get anything done. When I'm like, oh my God, I haven't gotten anything finished. Oh no, I'm going to put some aprons there, and maybe I'll put some more hanging up in here. Let's just have some backups in here too. And then we can do like a little rug in here. Let's do this one. And we can do like the orange, and then we'll just do maybe some orange curtains in here too. Just add a little pop of color in that room. I think that's cute. I don't really know what to put here. Is there like an appliance? Like maybe we can put this like cocoa thing, and then I don't know, the tea. I don't know. Maybe they just keep this stored in here and they just bring it out on special occasion. And I feel like we need some other things in this corner. It feels kind of empty. So I'm thinking we should just put some plants in here, just some simple little bog standard little plants, we'll put like a couple here in the floor maybe. And then maybe we can put like a floor lamp. I feel like that would look really nice in here. This one's kind of fun. I like the little kind of pop of that reddish color. That's kind of nice. All right. First floor is done, y'all. But I think now is the time I'm going to take a little break. If you're working on anything creative, if you're just resting, let's take a break from that. Let's stretch, let's move around. I've been filming for like an hour, so I'm like, I need to move my body a little bit. But yeah, let's just take a little break. All right, let's move on to upstairs, shall we? I guess we can just honestly start with the main bedroom here. It's a little bit of a funky shape, but you know what? It works. Because honestly, I tried other configurations. If I didn't do this bit here, it would just be an empty bit of hallway. I don't know. I wouldn't have liked that either. And plus, I don't know. I like this room being this size. Who cares? It's The Sims, right? The Sims don't care. I think I want to use this bed in here. I don't know. I like that orangey wood. It's really, really cute. It just looks really nice. And I like the blue too. We'll go with the blue. And I think I'm going to try to match these the best that I can. That's kind of close. It's kind of dark in here, so I'm going to just double up that light real quick. And then I'm also going to add in some side table little lamps here. You know, we could do maybe these, or maybe I can do the gold or something. I don't know. I want something that's a little different, but I feel like those are the best bet. Honestly, it kind of all matches, but you know, it looks nice. And then for some wall art here, I'm kind of unsure. Do I want to maybe just do some mirrors? I mean, those do look real cute. I love this mirror. I use it so much. There's just something about it. Like, there's certain items in the base game that I just use like all the time. Is there anything that you all are like, that's like your favorite base game item, or, you know, from any other packs, you know? Shout out to Tanya. I talk about Tanya sometimes, but if y'all don't know, like, me and Griffey here on YouTube, we're actually friends. But Tanya's favorite item is the cutting board from Cool Kitchen. That's a very good item. That is taste, okay? I don't use it enough, honestly. Maybe I can just do this painting, but I've already used it downstairs. But it looks really cute. It's got that blue, and it just kind of works. And then let's see, we'll do maybe a blue stripy rug. I don't know. I feel like one of these will work. I don't remember which version. Is it this one? Do we like that? It's not quite what I'm looking for. I mean, I use this rug all the time, but I feel like this might be more like what I'm looking for. I mean, obviously it's a carpeted room. They don't really need a rug, but I feel like that looks really nice. It just adds some color, you know? And then we'll put their dresser right here. I think I'm just going to do a matching one, and we'll do that. That's very nice. It's very 90s. I love it. It's kind of reminiscent to this right here, this dresser. This isn't mine, but it's just kind of here. But yeah, it's cute. I think it works really nicely in here too. And then we'll do maybe like, I don't know. Do we want to put a TV in here? Yeah, let's do like a little TV, you know, just like one of these, little bedroom TV, if you will. And then I guess we can put some clutter in here. If you don't realize, I tend to put a bunch of stuff down before putting up the wallpaper so that I can, you know, figure out the vibe first. Maybe we can just put some little perfume thingies there. Maybe this is the mom's bedroom. You know, she doesn't exactly, maybe this is a single mother and she has a bunch of kids, or maybe she's just had a few kids, but then maybe she took in some nieces and nephews, or she's adopted, or who knows, maybe a couple of her kids' friends, you know, were, you know, needing to be adopted. I don't know. That would be a really cute story. Oh, that would be a cute storyline. If, like, you know, she adopts like one of her child's like best friends because maybe he's about to be like, you know, I don't know. Maybe there's like a storyline where he's like needing adoption, and then she's like, okay, I'll do it, and doesn't even think twice because she's like, I don't want my son to lose his best friend. You know, I can see it. Let's see. I need curtains. I need some good curtains too. We could just go with white. You know what? I like it. I'm okay with that. I feel like this just doesn't look right there. I need 2 windows here. I need it to be a double window moment. It just feels awkward unless I do that. And then I'll do maybe like this, and then this, and then do I want to do like that? Maybe not that. Maybe like the opposite. Ooh. No, I do like that a lot. That's very cute. And I think I want to go with that one wallpaper that is this one here, the Floral Fancy. And I think I want to go with the one that has like maybe the blue. No, maybe just this one, or maybe just the white. Actually, that one's very nice. It's very light, very simple. And then I kind of just want to fill up the room with just random other items too. Like I can put a mirror here in the corner. Is there like a fun swatch? I don't really want the green in this room. I kind of like just having that bit of blue in here and that like kind of rich kind of color. Maybe we'll put that mirror there. Actually, I feel like it needs to go here. That just seems more correct. And maybe we can put like a little chair or something here in the corner. This can be the laundry chair. You know, we all have that kind of chair in our rooms. You know, you just have a chair that you don't really have anywhere else in your house. And it's just like, yep, that's where I throw my laundry whenever I'm not needing to wash it quite yet, but don't want to put it away because I don't want to just like not. I don't know. Maybe in all of that logic, you should just put it up and just not worry about it. I don't know what kind of chair though. Maybe just this one again. It's cute. It's simple. The colors are nice. You know, there's a lot of variety. We could just do maybe the beige. I guess so. I'm questioning myself a lot there. Ooh, I know one item I can put in here that would look kind of nice. Maybe we can put a little basket of clothes. She needs to put that away probably. And then we'll do maybe like a little robe like right here. And then the laundry basket, we'll put that here somewhere. Maybe like right here. I'm not exactly sure what to do here because it's kind of an awkward space because there's an entrance right here. So you can't put much. So maybe I'll just put like another like dresser or something. Maybe this is specifically for linens instead of it being like an actual like clothing thing. I do like that. I just don't know what color. I don't know. Maybe this one's perfect. It's going to match the colors, but it also doesn't take up too much space. Yeah. It still feels a little bit weird right here. Like that is a little bit of an awkward spot, I feel like, but hey, it's cute. I like it. It's, you know, a nice, simple, but nice room. All right. So this is where we get into the nitty gritty, y'all. We're going to come up with the stories. So we got a single mom. She's an artist. We've already established this little shed is going to be her art studio. She's going to go out there and work, and that's her main job because let's be honest, in The Sims, they're making bank. So she would have a house like this just by being a painter, like for real. Like they make so much money from that, like thousands of simoleons a day even, or even more, honestly, because you can sell masterpieces and get like 5,000 simoleons sometimes. Like why go to work when you can just paint? Wish it was like that in real life. But anyways, so this room here, it's kind of a bigger space. So I kind of want to put bunk beds in here just so that I can really take advantage of it and like have this be like for multiple Sims. Like I think right here we can do these. I really like these a lot just because they have a really fun kind of variety of colors and patterns. I kind of like the orange here. Let's see. I picked these out. I kind of like them. Maybe they're twins. Maybe they're, you know, closer in age. You know, maybe this is like the two best friends, you know, and she's adopted one of them, you know. I kind of want to do like the light woods. I feel like that would be kind of nice and a little bit of a change from the rest of the house. Ooh, I kind of like that. It matches the bed a little bit too. And then let's see, what other kind of activities do kids have? There's not really that many in the base game, unfortunately. We do have like a little creative like drawing little table here. Table. Ooh, that is so hard for me to say sometimes. Table here. Yeah. We could do that. It'd be kind of cute in here. I kind of want to do the green though. Yeah. And then let me think. I definitely want to maybe set up like, honestly, we could do like a little drawing table here. And then maybe we can do like a little dresser with a TV and like a games console. Because honestly, what else is there to do? You know, let me think. What would look good for a kid's room? This one kind of doesn't look bad. Let's see. Do I want to do maybe that? I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. That's actually not bad. It doesn't match perfectly, but I don't really mind it if it doesn't. We'll do a nice little TV here. And then we only have one games console in the Sims 4. This is specifically from an event. It's the Super Dream Cube. It's very cute. It's very, you know, perfect. I'm going to do the pink, or no, we'll do the teal one. Cursed teal. And then is there anything else? I mean, maybe we can put like a radio in here. Oh my gosh, this reminds me of my, like I had a little stereo kind of, I actually had something very similar to this when I was a kid. It was like silver and like sky blue or something. And it had like a CD player and a tape player in it and everything. And I just remember I would like fall asleep to listening to CDs on it all the time. Like, I don't know what was with me as a kid. I'll put this in here too. I feel like that would fit really nicely. We'll do maybe just that one to match it all together. But yeah, specifically what I listened to so much growing up. Like this one CD, I don't have it anymore. I think my mom still has it because she basically has all the CDs. Like she doesn't get rid of music. But it was specifically Sugarland's first album. I think it's just called Twice the Speed of Life. I still love that album to this day. That whole album is a bop. It's so fun. It's so great. And you know what? If you want to get into some like older country, older being in huge scare quotes, I am not saying they're older country, I'm saying earlier country, earlier in this, mid 2000s. Yeah, Sugarland I would recommend because they're not weird, they're not like those country artists, and I don't know, it's a bop. It's great. It was awesome. We'll give them some little teal curtains in here. I feel like those would look super cute. Ooh, this needs to go back. That looks weird. And then I guess we can maybe throw around some other toys to just fill out the space a little bit. We can do like a little cat here. That's cute. Let's see, a little dinosaur. We love a dinosaur. We got a little bear here. And then, ooh, we should put this little guy. He's so cute, honestly. And then we can put up some wall art too. Let's see. I kind of want to put maybe like, well, that doesn't really fit the vibes. I was going to say some sports, but ooh, maybe this one. Yeah, maybe that one. Let's see. What other things? Oh, like the little reading one. Like these are kids. These are like proper kids. They're not like young, like, older teens, young teens. What am I trying to say? Preteens. That's the word. That's the word. Preteens. They're not preteens yet. We'll do a little nightlight too. Am I making it up? Yeah, we have this one too. This one's perfect. We'll put this one maybe like up here. I feel like that looks really, really cute up there. And then, we can put up some other art as well. It is a kid's room. And then let's put like over here in the corner, just like a hamper. I feel like that would look really nice. And then some like dirty clothes on the floor. You know what? It's kind of a cute little room. It's pretty simple. Let's see. I want a nice rug in here that is good for like a kid's room. Like that's kind of fun. Oh, that's actually super cute. I love that. And then for the wallpaper, do I want to go with like a blue or a teal or something? Or ooh, that's not really going to work, unfortunately. The yellow's kind of fun. Is it too much? I feel like it is a little too much. That's kind of cute, but it's very intense. I want this to work, but alas, I don't think I can get it to work, unfortunately. Maybe we can just go in with like, maybe this. That's kind of nice. Maybe the yellow. You know what? I actually really like the yellow. I think that's really, really pretty. Okay, that's cute. It doesn't look like super perfect and coordinated, but it's a kid's room. I'm not really, really super concerned about a kid's room looking right. And I do think I want to redo this bathroom. I don't really like this color kind of setup here. I really want it to look put together, However, I kind of want it to be pink. I kind of want this to be the pink bathroom. Like the mom's like, listen, I want this room to be all pink. This is going to be kind of an ugly bathroom, but in the best way, we'll just put like a normal little toilet, and we'll do maybe like this sink. I think that rhymed. We'll probably just do the nice white, keep it nice and crisp and simple. And then we'll do a nice little mirror. Like maybe this is for her and the very, like the young kids. I feel like they're maybe like 6 or 7. Like they're like getting to that point where they're a little older. Like they're getting to that point where they're like starting to like media, that's more like aimed towards like 10-year-olds and stuff, but they're not quite there yet. They're in that like in between, like that 7 to 8 years old, And then for, the shower, I'm just going to do this shower room kind of setup like that. We'll do the pink, of course. And then we'll do a pink rug in here. And I kind of want to do like just pink towels too, like right there. It's so pink and ugly, but honestly, I love it. It's so cute. And we'll put a little tail here as well. Say it in my accent, y'all. It's a tail. And there's no pink hand soap, unfortunately. So we'll just do the white. But there is pink little toothbrush holder, which is cute. And then we'll do a little thingy there. And can we put like a little plant guy up here? I feel like that would look super cute in here. Just like a little plant. All right. And then I do want to put a little curtain right here as well. Maybe I'll just go with white. We don't want to do too much pink. Like, you know, we don't have too much pink. I like it. I think that's a nice little bathroom. Honestly, it's functional too. So now we have 2 more bedrooms, and then we have this kind of Jack and Jill bathroom here. So this bedroom here, I think I want it to be for like maybe like the middle child, possibly. Maybe the middle child used to have this room, and then they adopted another kid, and so the middle child had to take this room, and they kind of, maybe at first they were like a little bit jealous and a little bit mad about it. I can see that happening. Maybe they're like 13, you know, and they're like, what the heck? Like, why do I have to go into this room? I want to use this bed. I just don't know which one. I kind of like just the simple one. You know, we'll just go with some nice, simple basics. You know, I kind of don't want to use the blue though. I feel like I just used that. Maybe we'll do this orange. You know, maybe they're kind of a sporty kid, you know. There's not really a ton of variety in the base game, and I feel like at this point, for me at least, I've definitely went through like everything I could think of. There's still some great stuff people can do with this game though, let me tell you. You go on Instagram, because I recently started using Instagram, and if you want to follow me there, I have it linked in my bio description. You know, I don't know if I do, now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, I just started using that, and I've been seeing some Sims content on there, and y'all, people are like magic. Like, I'm sorry, how did they do that with their brains? Okay, that's just wild to me. I am going to give them a little desk, I think, up here. I just don't know what kind of desk. Maybe we can just go with this basic one here. Should we go with white or should we go with the black? Actually, the black looks nice. It's kind of cramped though, isn't it? Maybe I can put this here instead, and then this can go here. It's a little cramped. I might have to move this door down here, which it don't look too bad, honestly. Yeah, I like that. And then I kind of want to give them like a clunky little computer here. Oh, this is not the best layout for a room. It's just where there's like a walkway here. Oof, that's bothering me a lot. Maybe I'll do this here instead, and then maybe I can move the door back to where it was. I think I may just end up using a small dining table. It won't look the same, but it'll serve the same function. It'll just look like that. In fact, what I've kind of discovered one time was if you take this black one right here and put that there, it kind of looks like a desk. So I'm gonna do it. Must be placed on specific objects. What do you mean? Oh, there it goes. Perfect. Yeah, that's kind of cute. It kind of works. Hopefully it actually literally does work. That would be really disappointing if it didn't. Let's see. I want to give them a little office chair. It'll probably be, ooh, there's an orange one. Yeah, they like the color orange, maybe. You know, maybe this was just like an extra bedroom, and then they had to come into here. Because like maybe, you know, the oldest has this big room. I mean, we could easily maybe do this. Oh yeah, that kind of makes it a little bit more even. I like the little desk. The little desk is very cute, but maybe we can just, I don't know, do that. I like the little desk. I'm going to keep the little desk, you know, because then we can also go in and we can add maybe this bookshelf on top, and see, look at that. It's like a custom desk. That's so cute. Actually, maybe they are like becoming a teenager, or maybe they're already a teenager, or like they're a very young teenager, because we could put in like some workout equipment up here, like a boxing thing or a workout thing. Like, I don't know, I feel like that could work. I think that one doesn't look very good. Yeah, the red is a little weird too, so maybe we'll put a punching bag. I never put these in my builds, you know. I can see this being like a, you know, a teenager. I feel like this, I don't know, it's giving preteen like kid energy, but I don't know. Maybe they don't get a lot of attention. I don't know. And then we can add that one item that came with the base game. It's just like the clutter object that's like a bunch of like sports equipment. We can definitely put that in here too. They're definitely like an athletic kid. I can never seem to find that, y'all. I don't know what it is. It's like every time I go to look for something, there it is. My ADHD just like looks directly past it. It's just so ridiculous. And I'm going to do the one with the basketball since it's kind of orangey. And ooh, let's put this pillow in their little thingy here. I feel like that's kind of cute in their chair. It's going to look weird when they actually sit in it, but it's fine. And then for some posters, we can definitely give them some, you know, sports art here. I think I actually want to enlarge this. I feel like that would look even better if I made them a little bit bigger. And then let's see, I want one that's kind of got more orange vibes on it, but I mean, that one's kind of more pinkish, but it's cute. I like it. It fits. And then I don't know, I'm just putting some random things in here. I don't know. Ooh, maybe they like this movie here. This like cow plant movie. I feel like that's kind of cute. It's a little bit of a confusing room, but maybe that's just the point. That age is confusing. So let's see. Let me find a rug for in here that would work. I mean, this one is like so loud and ridiculous, but like it low-key might work. Oh, hey, that kind of does something. And then I do want to add in the clutter item of some dirty clothes. And there's a little orange bit in there too. Actually, let's put like a couple in here. They definitely are a messy kid, I can imagine. And then we'll give them a little, what do you call it? A little hamper here. And let me move this back over here. I don't know why I put it there. And let's see, maybe a robe. Yeah, sure. And then we'll do some curtains. I'm just going to do some standard old black curtains. We'll just do that there. They only have one window too in here. I'm tucking this kind of back in the corner. I hope that they can access that. If not, then you can just kind of maybe pull it out and maybe put it back. I'm not sure. And then we'll do a mirror here. We'll do an orange mirror too. And then for the walls, I kind of want to go with like a funky kind of wallpaper. That would be kind of fun. Or we can just go with like a dark, like a black or something. That's actually kind of fun. I quite like that room. It's very different from these other rooms. It stands out. And then we have this room here. This one's probably going to be for like a teen, young adult. Like they're the eldest child for sure. They're a little bit more grown up. Maybe I'll use this bed. Maybe it's a young like lady, like maybe, I don't know. I like the colors. So, ooh, that's pretty. I've never really used this one. We'll use that for sure. And I wish we had some better like nightstands. So I think I'm just going to go with maybe like this one. It just doesn't match. That just bothers me. Ooh, I kind of like the crate. I don't know why. I like that crate. Maybe they're, a thrifty person, maybe they're a little older after all. Ooh, that's not good. Can I change that? Can I like make that white? Oh, I can? Oh, that is actually really nice. That's actually super cute. It doesn't make sense at all that it's emitting white light when it's green, but I just want some variety, okay? And then I am going to find a nice dresser for in here. This room isn't very big, but it's just enough space. I think I'm going to do, ooh, that's cute. Yeah, I can see this person being a little bit more on the thrifty side. Maybe their bed should be like here. It's just hard to put anything like next to the bed. I mean, it barely fits. It just barely fits, but you know what? I'll go with it. That way the dresser can maybe just go like right here. It still technically fits. And then we'll put a little TV in here. I'm going to do the white one. I feel like that looks cute. And then we'll also do a radio. I can imagine Sims will come in here and turn it on all the time, but I want to play into that vibe, I think I'm going to put the bathroom door here so that this room has a little bit of a better layout, just because I want there to be enough room for a proper like desk, because I just feel like every kid's room needs a desk for sure. See, I might use this one. It's cute. I quite like it a lot. Kind of fits the vibes. It doesn't match, but at the same time, that's what I want. We'll give them a laptop, I think. And then for their chair, let's see, do I want to do like this chair or do I want like something a little different? Like, ooh, that actually works with the bed kind of. That's cute. And then maybe we can do a yellow rug. No, maybe the purple. The green and the purple kind of is doing something for me. I kind of like it a lot. And then, ooh, I want to do like this painting here, like the jazz painting somewhere. I don't know. I feel like that looks really cute. I guess because there's purple on it too. I'm going to layer up this light so that's a little brighter in here. And then I'm going to put a nice little like office lamp here. There is a yellow one that I kind of like, the yellow. And then we'll do, just like the pencil cup and some little books, just general clutter for the desk. And ooh, I kind of like these, but maybe we can shrink them down like pretty small and they can like look like they're just like on the desk. Ooh, that's a big no for me because the shading. We'll put some, canvases in here. Maybe they're following in their parents' footsteps and they are also trying to become an artist. So, I feel like that's actually kind of fun. Maybe this is, the mom's old easel or something. Maybe she got like a really nice one. You can also put a guitar in here because, as a, teenager, I was the type that creativity was like my thing, and I dabbled in everything. I learned to play guitar in high school. I was learning to draw and paint in high school. I was learning to cook. I was doing all of it. So, I couldn't, just do one thing, as that's usually, that's my personality right there in a nutshell. Let's see. We'll do maybe, I kind of like this. It's very cute, happy Pride, even though it's literally April. Who cares? It don't matter. Pride is all year round. What do you mean? And then we'll do some little books here. I want this like brighter color here. We'll do like that there. Ooh, little perfume bottles. That's cute. And ooh, the phone. I want to put the phone just for that retro feel, That's super cute. I really like this room. And then we should definitely put some plants too. Like, obviously, she would have plants in her room. I'm saying she, like it's a girl. It doesn't have to be, but or she as in their pronouns are she, her. But I'm like, no, they don't have to be. They can be anything. They can be nothing. They can be no gender. And it's also cool. I don't really have any other room though, so I don't really know. I wish we had some nicer plants. That's kind of cute though. And for their curtains, let's see. Part of me wants to do like these. Yeah, these are so cute. I really like this swatch. It's just like a nice, simple, like two-tone one. And we'll just do the same thing like we did downstairs. See, that's lovely. We'll do that here as well. And then we'll put some wall art up. Ooh, I like this painting. That kind of fits the vibes. We'll do a little sunflower painting in here. Lots of art. I need to include a mirror though. They need a mirror too. I don't want to do this mirror again, but it would look so cute. I'm sorry. I can't help it. It's so cute. And then for the wallpaper, do I want to go with gingham? I mean, it's kind of cute, but kind of not. I don't know. There's also this from the base game. Why do I say that? I don't need to say that in these builds. Everything is base game. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. I don't know. I feel like that's not looking right there. Maybe not. It looks a little dull compared to everything. Let's see. The pink is kind of everything to me. It clashes, but like in a good way. I really like that. That really brought it all together. I'm obsessed. They're total opposite, these two. Maybe, maybe this is a teenager that is like 16 and maybe this is like 18. Maybe they're really close in age and then she had this kid like way later. I don't know. I love it though. I love the story. It's a single mom with 4 kids. One of them is adopted and it's the best friend. And then there's an attic. I'm going to do that after this, but we'll go ahead and just do the little bathroom here. I don't really know where to place everything yet. I kind of want to do a vanity in here, like a proper like countertop in here. Like we could just do maybe like this one. Oh yeah, that's perfect. The window placement is not the best, but we're just gonna ignore it. It's okay. In fact, I wonder if I can get this to work. I don't want to do that. I was gonna use move objects and then get rid of the wall and like place that right here. I don't want to do that. That sounds like too much work. Oh, but that's the thing though. I need to put a shower in this room because there's not enough room for like a shower type combo. I would need to put it here. Yeah, I don't love that, but this bathroom isn't the best shape anyways, so it's fine. I mean, as long as it's a functional bathroom, I don't think it really matters at the end of the day. So we'll just do that and then move this down a little bit. See, that's fine. There's like a good amount of space. I'm not mad about that. We could do it this way. Ooh, it's raining like crazy, y'all. Let me tell you. The weather here is something this spring because it's going from being in the mid 80s today. Tomorrow it's going to be like lower 50s. It's supposed to get down to the mid 40s tonight. What? Excuse me. I know weather exists and seasons change and all that nonsense, but come on. You can't just do that to us. It's beautiful weather and then cold. Man, I like taking my walks, okay? I am that kind of person. I love taking a nice walk. I use this mirror. I never use it. It seems to fit perfectly in here, honestly. We'll do that one. That's cute. And then we'll do maybe we'll do a pink robe for the person that lives in this room here. And let's see. Do I want to maybe put like this here somewhere? It doesn't really have a good spot, to be perfectly honest with you. I definitely want to put a little shower caddy, just add some detail in here. And we'll put some towels. I'll do a like pink towel. And then I'll also do a like black towel for the teenager, for the other one at least. And then for the rug, ooh, this is a pet peeve. This is not gonna fly with me, honestly. This placement of the rug for the shower, listen, I'm not saying I love this, but it's just how it is. But we'll do like that sagey green for in here. I think that looks quite nice, actually. I'm going to put it like that. That's cute. I kind of want to flip this around and put the door there so that the walkway is less space, so that this doesn't feel so cramped. Like, imagine someone standing here and then the door just being right there would be like too much, I think. So put their towels maybe over here, put this right there. And then I don't really know what to put here. Maybe we can fit this tiny little cabinet right here. They can fit into this space as long as they have like a half tile to move around. However, take that with a grain of salt. I could be wrong. But that room's pretty good. I think we just need a curtain to kind of finish it off in here. I'm thinking we'll do this one. Just a simple white curtain. You know, you can never go wrong with a classic just white. All right, so we do need to work on this little landing area here. I just want to put in a nice rug. You know, that's a simple little thing. Just a nice little rug like this. Do I want to do pink or red or, you know what? That's cute. I kind of like that color. I don't use it very much. And I'm just going to put some other art up here, I guess. You know, there's not really much I can put up here, to be perfectly honest with you. It's just kind of an empty, kind of just simple little space. It's not really like a place that Sims are going to actively be in all the time. So like, I'm not super worried about it. It's just a decorative space, let's be honest. And I kind of want to put like a little plant, maybe like right here in the corner. You know what? Whatever. It's fine. I don't really care about that very much. It's just a hallway. We do have this attic space, and then that's pretty much it. I am actually kind of excited to furnish this up here. I don't really know what I'm going to put up here, to be honest. Oh, the basket of toys. Yeah, we're just going to scroll through all the items and like whatever kind of catches my eye. Like, ooh, this set of like paintings here. And like maybe like there's some other paintings too, like that mom has made in her past. Just some other basket stuff. Let's see here. Ooh, these old blankets we can put up here. Oh my God. What if this is like a really expensive bag? And like it's just been up here this whole time and they didn't know it. Put some globes up here. Ooh, this like screen. Oh my God, that's perfect. We'll just put that there. This can just be full of stuff that they didn't have room for downstairs maybe. So yeah, that's a good idea. Like old cabinets full of old like dishware and stuff. I was gonna say china. Put another screen. I don't know. It just looks good. It fills up the space. What if we put this in here and this is secretly how the mom has gotten her money? Is this ATM machine here that she's stolen? She makes money with it. That would be so scandalous. With some crates. You know, put a little cork board here. Oh my gosh, that's too big for that space, but that would be so funny. Let's see. We'll just, you know, put some random stuff. It really does not have to make any sense because it's an attic space. You know, it's all about it being cluttered and messy and a little bit ridiculous. You know, I'll put these like together and say that it's like one little thing. And then we can maybe even throw in some like old furniture. I'm so sorry about the camera. Let's see. We'll do like maybe like, oh, this like the green. Maybe she, you know, when she got this house, there was a lot of like old green furniture. And she was like, you know, I want to repurpose it, but I just don't want to, you know. Honestly, I like it. Maybe we can put a few like old rugs up here. Like this is kind of perfect. And then maybe we can do like this one too, just because it's got the like the tassels on it. I think that would fit really nicely right there. I kind of like it. That's kind of cute. Okay, so the last bit to furnish is this little shed out here. I don't like the wallpaper now. That is not the vibe. I'm just gonna make it white. A simple, clean white. You know, whenever you're like an artist, it's good to have inspiration around you. But at the same time, you want a clean slate too. So we're going to do just a simple little saucer light, and I will put a workspace out here. I'm not going to put a computer, I don't think. I think I'm just going to keep it nice and simple, something kind of like this. And I am missing the artist studio kit so much, but I will, you know, kind of allude to those items, I guess. We'll do maybe like a blue or maybe the yellow lamp, and we'll just go in and put like a few little knickknacks. Like we can put this little journal. Maybe this is where she writes down some ideas. Maybe this is some sketchbooks that she's had over the years. That's actually kind of perfect. And then, ooh, some CDs. Oh, some CDs and like a little radio, so she can just put the radio on and like listen to music while she's working. Honestly, that is my mom in a nutshell right there. Like, if you all don't know, I haven't really talked about my mom much, I guess, but she is an artist herself. She does, paint and all that. She does some pretty interesting things. And yeah, she definitely would put on a CD and like listen to some, country music and paint all day if she could. And she should. She deserves that. I don't know. Ooh, the little sunflowers. I want to put those like literally like right there on the corner, like right next to that. There we go. That's cute. And then we need some curtains for in here. Maybe the sage green curtains. I feel like those would look very, very nice in here. Yeah, I love that kind of combination of that sagey green with like a little bit of that yellow kind of golden color. It's just so, so nice. Let me reposition some things though, because everything is a little bit all over the place because I'm pulling this kind of away from the wall a little bit because I don't like it clipping with the curtains. And then maybe over here can be like the proper art space. So I'll put in like the really nice easel, of course. This is like the, expensive one. I don't know if this actually does anything for your skills, but hey, it's fun. And then I'm going to type in artist, and there's a little kind of table that kind of goes with that. And there is, of course, plenty of other things. Canvases. I'll put some blank canvases here, but I'll also do maybe some canvases with some art on it too. I'll shrink it down so it, doesn't look super matchy. There is this too that I really like. It's the little, drying rack, I guess you could say, for some art. Yeah, we'll just do that color. And then I know there's one more thing. I don't think I can fit it, to be honest. It's this thing right here. It's actually like a little like a floor lamp kind of display thing. I don't know if I can really fit it, to be honest. I mean, maybe we can put these over here, and maybe like this can just kind of be tucked right here. It is a little tight, but it does fit, and let's be honest, an art space is messy. So I'm actually going to put a little clock in here too. We'll do maybe like this one. And I feel like that my mom has a clock like that. And I don't know, we just put maybe like some art or something in here. I kind of want to put this Lady Mimsy painting that's like kind of burnt. Maybe this was, rescued from a burning building or like an old abandoned building that was caught on fire or something. And she was able to, receive it, and maybe she restored the painting. Maybe that's her job. Maybe she restores old paintings. I can see it. That's actually a really fun idea. And then let me just throw in some more of these little curtains in here. And we definitely need to put a rug too. Should I do this rug again? I mean, it's cute. It looks like an old rug that she would just get stuff all over. But yeah, that's cute. I think that's all I want to do for in here. And y'all, I think that is the build. Alrighty, y'all. Let's go ahead and jump on into a tour. So this home is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 technically, but 3-bathroom house. There's also an attic space. If you download this home, you can probably turn the attic into something and like transform it, but the way the roofing is, it kind of clipped in weirdly, and so it's a little higgledy-piggledy, and so just be aware, you may have to adjust the roofing if you do download this and want to transform the upstairs. But here's the front of the build. I love the shape. It's super like nostalgic looking to me. It just looks like a house that I would see around here. I don't know. Here is the backyard space. I'm a huge fan of this backyard. I love that there's some garden like planters. I love the stepping stone kind of situation instead of it being just like a fully paved backyard. There's a little jungle gym for kids. There's not really a lot for kids to do in the base game, so that's all I could really do. And then there is, of course, a little she shed, little craft studio here. I'm literally obsessed with this little room. It's just a white little room, there's just white walls, there's some art stuff kind of thrown around, but I think it's cute, and since I'm only using the base game, I wanted to kind of still try to, evoke this like artsy vibe, and I think I achieved it. I think it works. If you had the artist studio kit or nifty knitting or something like that, it would really work really well in here, I think. And then we have the entrance, the little foyer here. I really like this room. It's just a room, but I like it. It's nice. It's calming. It's still kind of fresh though. And then we have the living room, lots of green. I know, please ignore the window. I don't know why, but we still have that issue in The Sims 4. I think it's when you have move objects on specifically, but windows and doors will sometimes just kind of like glitch out. So you just have to kind of click on them and place them back. It fixes it, but it's not like a serious issue. But yeah, I love all the greens. It's really nice. It's cozy, but it's still light and fresh. Here's the other side of the room, the area where you walk in. There's a nice little fireplace and a little sitting area. I'm going to say that this is more like a little reading corner, you know? If you don't want to be like watching TV, but you still want to be in here, that's a good spot for them. And then we have the dining room as well. I love the orangey woods that I use throughout this build. I think it really like pops against this like kind of light, soft green. And then here is another angle of this room. I feel like Eliza Pancakes would like this room. I don't know why. I just kind of randomly thought of that. You know, honestly, hear me out though. Just think, maybe this is Eliza's sister. Give her a sister and this is her house. She's super jealous of her sister because like her house is really fun, but she just can't do it because she's such a neat freak. I don't know. I can see it. And then here's the kitchen. Ignore the dishwasher sticking out weirdly. I just can't help it. I don't want to fix it either. So, but yeah, I think it's really cute. I love the pops of orange. I love the copper, like brassy, like, you know, accents, and then you got all this green. It's super cute and fresh. It looks nostalgic too. And then here's another angle. There's a little breakfast little corner over there too. Lots of space in this kitchen. I normally have a hard time kind of planning out spaces like this where there's like enough space to like move around, because like, I don't know, I just try to look at builds realistically sometimes, and you know, realistically like homes aren't that big. So I don't know, but I think this works. We have a tiny little pantry here. I just put some cabinets and just some random decor. You know, if you have other packs and stuff with this build, you could easily add a ton of things in here. Like, you know, maybe there's some appliances that you just want to hide away, like rice cookers and stuff that maybe you just want to move it around if they need it. We also have a tiny little powder room downstairs just so that there is a toilet on every floor. That is a big pet peeve of mine, is if there's a house and on the first floor, like the ground floor, it's funny. It's ground floor here in the UK and like other places, but we call it the first floor. It's weird. But there's always going to be a toilet on each floor, because otherwise it just bothers me. And then we have the mom's bedroom. I love this room. There's lots of these rich orangey woods, but then it's like soft blues and like a little pops of green on the painting there. It's nice. It's simple. It seems really calm and fresh in here. Here's another angle of the space as well. Just, you know, it's a bedroom. And across the hall is the eldest child's room. I love the purple and the pops of like this neon green. I really like it. It really works really well in here. It's super fun. I can imagine they're following in their parents' footsteps, and they're also going to be kind of artistic. Maybe they're very similar. I really love the mismatched furniture, and like, I even like the pink on the wall. I think it works. And then on the flip side, the bedroom next door is for maybe like a preteen. They're kind of athletic. They're, you know, maybe they're a teenager at this point. Who knows? Lots of orange and black. I've definitely done this color scheme before, but I really, really like it in here. Honestly, it does have a certain aesthetic that, and you can see the character. And then this is a kid's room here. There's two kids in here. I was imagining that one of the kids was like her youngest child, and then she adopts their best friend because maybe they need to be adopted. And so, yeah, they're brother and, you know, they're brother and sister, brother, sister, brother. They're siblings now. Yeah. We have two bathrooms up here on this second floor. There is this bathroom that you can access from the main landing. It's a pink bathroom. I kind of love it though. Honestly, I love it. It's so pink and ridiculous, but not too ridiculous. It's like a soft pink. And then this is the Jack and Jill bathroom. This is the one bathroom that the two older kids have to share. I think it works. It's pretty small. It just has a shower instead of a bathtub shower combo. But, you know, I think that's perfect for these kids, of course. I don't know. I like it. It's simple. It works. And there is a ladder on the main, like the second floor landing, and it leads into this attic space. There's a lot of just random junk thrown around, you know. There's not like a ton of things in the base game, and I didn't want to be super repetitive, so I kind of limited how much I put up here, but you kind of get the vibe. Hopefully, it's just random junk. And then I will show you the floor plan. I actually wanted to show you the roofing here. I thought it looked kind of neat. But here's the first floor here. You can see, you know, the living room and then the dining space with the kitchen and then like the pantry, kind of half bath kind of space. And then this is the second floor with the mom's bedroom and the three other bedrooms for their kids, and then the two bathrooms. And then there is the attic. Don't look too closely at those weird little alcoves that I had to close off. It's just because the hexagonal roofing or octagonal roofing that I had to put on the front of the space, it just Yeah, it was glitching into the house, so I had to cover it up because I wanted there to be an attic. It kind of gave it some character though, so I liked it. And yeah, that is the build, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it. This was part of my base game save file that I've started. It's actually next door to one of my previous builds if you want to go check those out. But yeah, that's really it for today. Big thank you to my YouTube members, the Lavender Buds. Thank you so much for your support. You genuinely are really supporting me out here. But basically, if you want to become a YouTube member, you'll get early access to my videos, access to members only content, and you'll get to see your name scrolling on the screen right now. I will say really quickly too, I'm planning on kind of sticking to certain content for like the public. And then I think I'm just going to start doing like really random stuff for members. So, you know, if I want to just randomly play The Sims 2 again, or if I want to do like this one really specific build and I don't know if it'll do well for the algorithm, I will make it a members only video. So that's just a thought though. I don't know. I know that people that can't afford to be members, it would kind of have them missing out. So I don't really know. I'm not really sure yet, but yeah. That's pretty much it for today, though. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Do let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All that good stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all so very much for watching. Don't forget to plant lavender for luck. Bye, y'all.